Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Tabletop. My name is Daniel. I have Xavier and a Nick today, and we're coming off of the fucking attack, where a guy almost died. And yeah, anything else you want to add to that, Nick?
Not really, other than that after the fight, a guy is not the only one who's pretty seriously injured. Jomac was also hurt pretty badly as well.
Yeah. And,
the guy went home and passed out on his floor for like an hour while everyone was wondering where he is. And then he eventually came back and got his chest healed, but only after the guildmaster knocked him out for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then today, I believe we're going to attempt to do what we were supposed to do last week with the Demon Island. That's I think that's where we're all caught up now. Do you want to add anything, Xavier?
No.
Okay. All right. So
I just deleted what I said.
Oh, okay. So we have currently I'm watching over the two people that we captured, and whoever the fuck one of the people buried the guy we killed.
He deserved it.
One of them took his body off to be buried. I don't actually remember who that was. Who went off now, but then you proceeded to avoid talking to the guys at all by just repeatedly clonking them over the head every time they woke up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, I was kind of expecting there to be a conversation when they woke up, but that didn't happen. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome.
It takes 2 points. It takes 2 points to get explode, correct?
Yeah. I honestly, the in-character explanation is Lucky is so done after this fight. Like he had just barely gotten over like his side wound, and then all of a sudden he's like, fucking the city's under attack, and so he's just done by this point. Like he's like, fuck this and fuck all of you.
By the way, Xavier, I saw you change your thing back there. I put it back to 2 because we fixed your drawback. You are now good with 0 experience points left if that's where you want those 2 points to go,
No, I'm changing. I need to explode.
But yes, so I guess is a guy awake at this point, or is he still?
Last time we left off.
If you want to do anything before a guy wakes up, you can, because you have a couple hours after the prisoners have been picked up. But otherwise, a guy will be awake for whatever, unless you have something you specifically want to do before he wakes up.
I would like to go heal off the damage that I took, because I'm still beaten up from the fight.
Oh yeah, and there seems to be many wounded people here, kind of sharing battle stories. It seems that after you guys ran off to confront the balloon, there were 2 other individuals who tried to sneak into the guild hall and were driven off with some minor injuries on both sides' parts.
Ah. Oh. So that brings up the total to people 5.
Yep, there were 5 people involved in this attack as far as you guys can tell.
And it's the fucking Dark Guild.
2 of them, one of them died. 2 of them have been arrested, and 2 of them escaped.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten them all.
But yes, they are Gorgon.
Yeah.
They're Dark Guild.
Let me actually write that. 1.
Remember, you did fairly well on your thing, too. I actually probably should tell you what city they're in here. But to do that, I actually have to change back to that map. Is there anything else that we need the city map for before I pull the other map back up for this and for the mission?
Nope. Sounds good.
Alright. Well, I'm going to actually save this here so that I can be prepared to bring it back up, basically.
According to my character sheet, a guy's father was called Abada Canada.
Yeah. I'm confused where you're going with this.
Which means a guy's last name is Canada.
Okay.
Wait, what's he talking about? I can barely hear him.
He's
I don't
mumbling.
like either, but
He's just mumbling about random shit.
I see.
I said okay. Whenever in my one of my perks, God's hand, a guy's father is called Abada Canada, which means a guy's last name is Canada.
I see.
Also, we're getting a lot of feedback from your end. I don't know if it's coming over the same on ours, but... Or I guess it's only when Xavier talks? Hold on, Xavier, say some things. Yeah, I guess it's only when Xavier talks. Your mic doesn't like Xavier.
That's weird, because he's really quiet on my end. Hold on. Let me find my headphones. They're here somewhere.
Abada Canada.
I will use them, and hopefully it will sound better. And maybe I'll be able to hear him better, too. Alright.
Xavier.
How's that?
That sounds a lot better.
Okay. I can hear Xavier better now. Alright. So the island that you guys are contracted to take a look at is over here, Galuna Island.
Okay, I'm just trying to... Where is it at?
Over here.
Oh, aha!
Galuna.
I see. So, I guess I'm gonna go up to a guy and be like, hey, and just kind of throw the thing at him, and then remember he can't read, and then read it out to him.
We
already did that.
Throw the attack.
You already did that.
Oh, I
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this exact thing has already been done.
probably, but, I mean...
You'll do it again.
Yeah.
Lucky doesn't remember.
Yeah, he's drank since then.
Yes, to refresh both of your guys' memories. This island is supposed to be a well-liked and well-traveled vacation spot where a lot of people go for a beach vacation. But recently, no one wants to go there because there have been stories that the island has become infested by demons.
All right.
I want you to go check it out.
If I'm awake right now,
You can't be, yes. A guy wakes up.
I'm awake. I get up and I go, how long was I out?
Lucky's just kind of sitting in the room like, I don't know. And then just kind of says, we got a job. I'm leaving. You're welcome to come.
Oh.
Like he's just done. He's done with everything.
Okay. Well, why don't we just take a break?
Last time we tried to take a break, the city got invaded.
Well,
I'm leaving.
Let's just take a break before we go.
Wait. So let me clarify. In Lucky's mind, the city got attacked because you tried to take a break?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, good to know.
Because he wasn't doing things cool enough.
I see. So in Lucky's mind, the coolness of his actions is directly proportional to, like, random events.
Yes.
I see. Excellent.
Because that is what his patron god had told him. Like, if you don't do cool enough shit, he's going to make his life a living hell, which is why he has to do cool shit.
This is true.
A guy gets off his bed. He
currently, both of you are just in the infirmary. Like, I like to imagine that guy just wakes up when Lucky goes in to get patched up. There are several other people in here as well. Say, Jomac seems to be the one who's the most injured, aside from the guy.
Is the guildmaster in the room right now?
No, he is off doing other stuff. In fact, he has left the guild hall. He told you, Lucky, guy, you don't know this yet, but he told you, Lucky, that he was going to meet with one of the other prominent guild masters, leader of a guild called Blue Pegasus.
Well,
oh. I recognize that name.
We're like 200 years before, so it's going to be completely different characters, but yes, that is the one from the show. They're established in the show as being like one of the longest lived guilds, like they've been around for forever. So I figured they should probably still be in here somewhere.
Makes sense.
Alright, am I able to walk?
Yes, you are fully healed by the power of What's-Her-Face's magic, whose name I have to pull up. Because I have the wrong note document open.
The Olivia? No, it's not Olivia.
Yes. Eleva.
Olivia. Haha.
I look
her
at
magic has completely healed your wounds, though with how big the one on your chest is, even with healing magic, there is still a scar. And it's quite itchy.
I look at the doctor, and I throw her a bag of coins.
I feel like, okay, alright.
How much are you giving her?
100.
She will just kind of look at it, and she'll say, you know I don't charge, but I'll use it to buy some more bandages. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Lucky is just kind of like looking over at a guy and is like, so, want to go to a beach?
I look at him and I say, please tell me it's just for rest. Please just tell me it's just for rest.
There's like a flashback moment to when Lucky was like, let's take a break. And a guy was like, no, fuck that. I just kind of grab a guy and I'm like, nope, infested with demons. And then I run.
Oh. Is it a 5-1?
No. As always, the question: how are you getting there?
Oh God.
I mean, you can ride on me.
This distance over the water, with how far out it is, if you guys try and fly there is a serious chance that your magic energy will be either not enough or that you will be tired by the time you get to the island and not able to deal with whatever is going on.
I say we should probably fly to Hargoon and then take a boat out there. Oh God. I knew it was coming.
Oh, well, my idea was also to go to Hargoon so I can meet up with my friend, and then.
You literally just did that like yesterday.
Still, if we're going to Hargoon.
Hargion.
Hargion, whatever.
But that's
just imagine the narrator saying it the way he does in the ship. The port town of Hargion. That's how I remember it.
But it's spelled. Is that two E's then? Or a O-E or E-O?
Hargeon.
Okay, that looks like two O's.
Yeah, one of them's an E.
I don't watch Fairy Tale.
I mean,
I know.
I haven't watched past the first season apparently. So
The map is not super high quality. I've actually been looking for a better quality version of this, and it doesn't seem to be easy to find.
I get up and I go towards. I get up and I check my box to see if there's any requests.
as we're running out, I'll purposely run by I'll purposely run by your thing just so you can grab requests, and I just continue running.
Naruto.
There are, in fact, when you check your box this morning, there are 2 pieces of paper inside. One crumpled up and one with some kind of writing on it. Though you can't read.
I just tell you, I'll read it once we get to Hargion.
Okay, I take the 2 requests, and then put them in my belt, and I run.
I mean, you've got a bag, but yeah. All right, so you guys are gonna go off this way. Are you taking anyone else with you this time?
No.
Wait, is this a A? Wait, this is an A, so we need to take somebody with us. Yeah.
I approved it with the Guildmaster.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay. Well, I mean, even if we did.
Wait, hold on. I don't like how he said that. I know.
The Guildmaster told you that he specifically told you it wouldn't be a bad idea to take someone along, but he thinks you guys can handle it.
Okay, yeah.
I go to my friend. Ow.
As I
Diane. So yes, and I believe this is the first time you've been here, Lucky, if you're going along with him. But it seems like a nice little shop with a sign with some like wooden cutout renditions of various different types of like purses, backpacks, traveling bags, things like that. Kind of strung as a banner.
Before I enter, and I go up to look, I say to Lucky, "Welcome to. It's bigger on the inside."
Yep, bigger on the inside is the name of the shop.
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
No, that is. I'm impressed you remembered it actually.
And then I say where I got the bag of holding from.
I'm just like, oh, all right.
I walk inside.
I follow.
And when you do, there seem to be many similar things to the bag that Lucky, not Lucky, a guy had previously brought back, as well as many other styles and variations of this, ranging from small ones that are about the size of a coin purse up to bags that, even if they weren't bigger on the inside, look like they could hold a large tent.
I just kind of like start browsing, like see if I could find one that's. Where is your thing? Okay.
And as you walk in, as both of you walk in, Diane kind of looks to a guy and says, "Oh, did you bring me some business from your guild?"
I just kind of look up and I was like, "Wait, what? Like, hold on."
Not really. This is his first time being in this town.
I feel like
Well, see, show him around the sights. I'm glad you think my little shop should be included.
We came by for we came to do a mission somewhere on one of the islands.
Her eyes go wide, and she says, "Oh, did you take the Galuna jump?"
Yes.
There's been several people that have gone out that way and said they couldn't find anything. But the owner won't pay up for no evidence. He won't accept the story that there are no demons there.
We've been on countless journeys, and everybody's been saying like, "Oh, there's been countless people who has died. I think we can handle this."
Well, this one's. I was like, I much prefer people saying that.
She looks a little bit surprised, and she says, "Oh, as far as I know, no one's died. They just say there's nothing there."
Don't be.
And so I'm just like, I'm good with this. Let's go. All right. I just kind of look around to like the small, like it's like a, ooh, food chair, like the small coin purse size. And I'm like, how much is this? Thank you.
She will kind of say, "Oh, that's a nice one. I actually only developed those recently with Guy's help here." And she will show you that it is about on the inside about the same size as a standard backpack. Nowhere near as big on the inside as the like room-sized travel bag that a guy has got, but the actual form factor of it itself is much smaller. You could theoretically even put like a sword or something like that in here and pull it out of the coin purse.
Would it be big enough to carry my stats around?
Yes, you could put your stats in there. As well as several other things. Basically, think of it like on the inside, it's kind of like, I guess like a golf bag would be like the right dimensions.
Okay.
And she will say, given that they're smaller, but a little bit more work, I've priced them the same as the larger ones. 6,000.
6,000's not bad. I think I'll go ahead and take it.
Okay.
That's 34 I have left. Cool. And now I have a bag. Golf bag.
She will actually hand you back 500 jewel, looking between you and Guy and say, friends discount. Tell your guild. I do quite good business with you people. And she smiles.
I just kind of like bow respectively, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you.
But yes, you can mark that down. You have it looks like a small, like typical style, like fantasy, like coin purse. That can hold as much as like a golf bag.
I just put it under golf bag.
I asked her, hey, so have you, has anybody came in here looking for something other than a bag?
Oh, people come in all the time looking for swords and armor and wands and such, but,
Okay, so, I started a shop in my little old town, and, just tell them to drop by.
I see. What is the name of your new shop?
What is the name of your new shop?
I was him out of character, but he gave me the perfect opportunity.
The Smithing's Fishings.
Smithing's Fishings. Nice.
I see.
The smithing fish. The smithing fish. That's what it's going to be.
The sniffing fish.
No, the smithing.
She kind of grins. She says, sounds kind of like a tavern name. So you're what? Making weapons?
And magical ones.
What was that?
And magical ones.
Yes. I will tell anyone who comes by looking to head that way. It's quite a trip for people who are not dedicated, though. I suggest you be prepared to deal with some strange ones.
I will try.
There's this guy who comes by about twice a month asking me to make him a sword that gets bigger.
Okay.
Maybe I'll send him over there to you.
I show her these two requests, and I say, "Hey, can you read this?"
Lucky's just like offended.
What is did you ask her to read it? Lucky did already read it to you, but
No, she didn't.
I haven't yet.
Well, Lucky did.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
No, you mean the request? All right. Which one do you hand her? The crumpled up ball of paper, or the well, I guess probably now uncrumpled, but the nice clean flat one.
Nice, clean, flat one.
It seems to be a request for someone that you've actually seen around town. One of the other blacksmiths seems to have put in a request for a couple different things. He wants a suit of chainmail and a pair of daggers that are exactly identical to each other. Diane, as she reads this, will kind of look and say, I think your competition's trying to gauge your skills.
Well,
And looking at the kind of crumpled piece of paper, she will chuckle a little bit and will say, I'm sorry to tell you, this one looks like somebody's grocery list that they dropped in the basket.
I would unravel it.
Yeah, it appears to be a grocery list. It reads things like 2 dozen eggs, milk, sugar. Looks like somebody was baking a cake.
Alright, you have to get the ingredients and find the person. This is your side quest.
You must find the Shorta City litter bug.
And
then get them their groceries.
and then bake the cake, which means they have to pay.
See if their cake recipe is any good.
And then they have to
go up, be like, "What? You asked for it, bro." So,
Take the cake, find them, and then demand they pay for it because they put it in your request box.
you have to put a sign on the bucket now that says, "Anything in here, I will do."
Okay. Is there any people who can telepathically go?
What?
Is there anybody in this town who can telepathically give somebody these words and then they'll hear it?
She will say, maybe. I don't know anybody with that power, but I've heard of them.
I'm just gonna kind of be like, why?
Do you really need to know?
Yeah.
Oh, I can turn into the ghostly lady. Alright. Roll me ghostly lady check.
What are you doing? I mean, you can do this, but I want to know what you're doing.
Alright, so I'm gonna go to Duba and I'm gonna say, hey, do you mind putting a little reading thing on the box saying whatever is in this box?
I grabbed it for you.
Oh, I know. He just exploded.
Oh, okay.
That was okay. How many do you keep, child?
4, and then +2.
Okay, so it's 6, a 10, 14, 17, 19.
Alright, you are Ghost Lady. No, you do feel, now that you know how powerful she truly was, you do feel like you still have not reached the full extent of her abilities.
Okay.
You are her.
Can I turn into a ghost though?
Yes.
Alright.
What are you doing? Well, it's not turn into a ghost, remember, it is leave your body. So, a guy's body, which is now just a random chick, just flops on the floor in Diane's shop. What are you doing?
I'm going to go to Dua. I'm going to ask him, hey, do you mind putting a thing on this thing? Anything that goes in this box, I will do.
Duba looks very, very confused as you, just appear. He's like, you want me to change the sign from blacksmith to just anything?
He starts, a guy starts thinking for a little bit. And he says, no, never mind. And I go back to my body.
Okay. A guy's body is just laying on the floor for like 10 minutes while he does this, even at very fast ghost speeds. So what are you doing, Lucky?
I've gone out to go find a boat. I've asked Diane to watch him.
As soon as he drops onto the ground, Diane looks concerned. And she's just, is T okay?
I'm just like, yeah, he's just being a nut.
Alright. You're just gonna pick up a guy and go find a boat? Is that the plan here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thank Diane for the discount and say I'll put up a flyer in the guild hall.
Thank you very much. Come back anytime.
I was like, will do.
As you walk down the street towards the docks, roll me a d6, please.
Oh no, I have crab rib stuck in my head. Oh, this is a problem. I rolled a 2.
As you are walking, you hear a very official sounding voice shout out, hey you, what are you doing with that woman?
I just kind of turn around.
It is a city guard.
I turn around and I put her down and I say, wait like 7 minutes, she's going to come back and then turn into a dude. And I just kind of sit down.
He just kind of looks you over and he sees your guild mark and says, guild wizard, huh? Who's that one? Which one's that?
Sorry, I was chewing. I say, we're from Malarai and Ursha. Or Ushora.
He just turns over his shoulder and shouts out to one of the other guards standing off down the street. Say, "You ever heard of Mother Eye?" And the guy shouts back, "Oh yeah, they're the ones what cleared that mining town out." And the guy just kind of nods. And he says, he just kind of looks down to her and says, I suppose carry on then.
I was just going to say thank you, have a nice day. And I pick a guy back up and just start walking down.
Just so you are aware, like, basically, guild wizard, being a guild wizard is essentially the same thing as being an authorized bounty hunter, as well as several other different things. Like,
oh yeah,
by being part of a guild, you essentially are expected to behave a certain way, and as long as your guild continues to do so, you are immune to quite a few laws.
heck yeah.
Like what?
No. I don't like where that's going.
Like beating the shit out of people as long as you're pretty sure that they're criminal. Or, in this case, like, they're pretty sure you're not kidnapping a random woman. Like, that would still be illegal, but because you're a guild wizard, they're pretty sure you're not, you know?
I feel like that and the fact that I just kind of set her down, I was like, wait 5 minutes, she'll turn into a dude.
Yeah. He was like, yep, definite guild wizard, but he didn't recognize your guild mark.
Gotcha.
Because it's relatively new as far as guilds go.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna, like, I
Um,
forgot my joke. Crap.
but yeah, I continue looking for a boat to take us out to Galuna Island.
Or you know, the boy can turn into a dolphin.
Still have to make magic checks that he said we might fail.
Yes, it is like it's not outside of your guys' realm of possibility. It is a far enough difference that I would have you guys make a check to see if you could keep using your magic now.
And it explodes.
But don't worry about that. You can easily find some boats and ships that are there. Obviously, at the dock, there are many boats and ships of various different sizes. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for anyone that says they'll take us to Galuna Island that looks semi-reasonable.
Okay. As you look around, every time you mention Galuna Island, at first people are fully willing to talk with you and to trade with you. But as soon as you mention Galuna Island, all of them just kind of immediately shut you down. And they'll say, can't go out there. Demons out there. They say they attack ships.
I'm like, seems legit. Have a nice day.
As you go down the line of, as you put it, reasonableness, you do eventually find a guy, an old-looking guy, with a kind of a creaky boat that looks old but well maintained. And he seems to be preparing to operate this 4 or 5 person boat by himself. And despite his old age, he seems to be quite expertly swinging on the rigging, quickly dashing back and forth to perform the jobs of 4 or 5 different people.
Yeet.
Is that the guy waking up?
Yes.
The guy just wakes up and screams yeet. Okay.
All right, this is when a guy returns to his body, immediately screaming "yeet," and you see before you exactly what I just described: a weird old man, kind of like swinging on ship mooring line or sail lines. Also, you are totally not where you were when you passed out.
I literally just kind of like, as soon as I hear a guy scream yeet, I drop him and I go, hello, sir. I just kind of like wave.
I look at Daniel suspiciously.
And the guy hops down and says, got me a couple of wizards. You looking to go somewhere?
Yes, sir. We were wondering if you could take us to Galuna
Yeet.
Island.
That's not a trip I get asked to make often. Sure enough, I can take you out there. He seems to show zero of the hesitance that anyone else did. So, like, he seems to not even be aware of the stories that other people were telling him.
I just kind of go with it. I'm like, okay. Because Lucky's going off of the thing Diane said. Like, you know, a lot of people hadn't seen shit. And so he knows that there is potential danger, but he also feels kind of semi-confident. Especially with this guy, you know, flying around like fucking Spider-Man.
It's not quite like Spider-Man, but if you watch him closely, it does seem as if the ropes are moving slightly to pull themselves into his grasp.
Ah, we have a fellow wizard. Does he have a guild mark?
He does not have a guild mark currently visible at least. But he does seem to be using some small amount of magic. And so you reviewer, not all wizards are guild wizards. Like a lot of people, like Diane included, are not part of a guild and just use their magic for normal shit.
Yeah, but this guy, see, I don't know, he gave off, like, guild wizardy vibes, such as the no fucks given, and...
He doesn't have a visible guild mark, at least.
Oh god.
He's also quite old. It's possible that he was once a part of a guild and has since left it. When you leave a guild, typically your guild mark fades.
I asked him, hey, have you been a part of a guild before?
He kind of grins and he says, "Oh, not one like your guys's. I was part of a treasure hunter's guild."
Oh, dope. Can I roll knowledge check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I roll knowledge check?
Yep, now you have one.
4 keep 3. Oh, I forgot. That's where I dumped my points into. Haha.
That's where at least some of them went, yeah.
And then I'm a 6.
He's got a 6 keep 2.
That's a 13.
No, I got a 6 keep 1.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me my roll was wrong. I was like, Xavier, what?
No, Xavier's. Yours was 13, you said?
Yeah. And Xavier's a 6 keep 1. That's
a 6 keep 2.
That's a 12.
Alright. So, yes. Both of you have definitely heard of Treasure Hunters Guilds before. They are similarly to how guild wizards are licensed to do certain things. Gilded treasure hunters are licensed to go into dangerous places and to loot stuff that normally would be off limits to public people.
Ah.
Condemned areas, government, wrecks of old government buildings, things like that, you know?
Yeah. Alright.
So, are we on the boat?
You guys can climb onto the boat if you would like.
Before I climb onto the boat, I'm like, how much would you like before we go?
Or do you want anything?
I'm assuming he wants something.
He kind of rubs his head. He goes, almost forgot about that part. Oh, I'm heading out that way anyway. You want me to bring you back as well?
Would be nice.
He says, 400.
Fuck yeah. Alright. I just kind of hand him 400 jewel.
This does sound quite low to you for a trip like this, but it's all.
Yeah.
As long as it's cheap.
No.
But he will say, "Oh, when are you ready to set sail? I was just getting ready. Probably take me about 5 more minutes. Or maybe less if one of you two has any idea how to work some rigging."
Knowledge skill.
Roll it.
Roll it. Alright.
What are you doing?
Knowledge.
Oh, you would need something related to sailing or something like that for this here.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, I can try. I'll try.
I mean, you can roll to see if you know anything about it, but you unless you have a skill for it, you've definitely never done it before, so it's going to be a lot harder. But you can try, yes.
Okay, so I roll a 1D.
Who do you have remembered right now? Because you do know that Talavar used to be a sailor, if you still haven't remembered.
Let me check. I do not.
No, you don't currently have him.
Well, I do have the Raging Tide, though. And that
Yes, you. You do have that. You could use your water magic to like help the boat go faster or something like that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright. So go ahead and roll that, which I believe you also slightly improved. It's still not great, but it's a little better now. No, you don't explode on that one.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Again.
You put it in here, but you can't take. You don't have the points for it. Well, unless you did the thing.
That's what I did. 61.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. All right. So it looks like you've got a 16 there. Is what I'm saying is your best.
6.
Geeks.
That's 11. And then
that's a 6. So 11 plus another 5 is 16. Because you're normally at a keep 2, but you get to keep the 6 for free. So you keep these 3. Right.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. That's pretty good then. As you stand at the back of the boat and do some of the water-bending-esque moves that Televar had previously showed you. It whips up a current beneath the boat that carries it forward as you go.
Can I try to go a little bit faster?
I mean, you are making the boat go faster. That's what you're doing.
Well, can I make it go a little bit more faster?
No, not for now. You have rolled your thing. That's what your magic can do right now. That's a pretty good roll. Like I doubt you'd get better than that if you did it. Well, yes. Lucky. As the boat begins moving, everything just sucks. Everything is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm like,
yes. So, well, as long as this boat is moving, you have a -4 to just basically everything.
damn. Like, I imagine I'm just sitting there, I'm literally head over the side of the boat.
Wait. Oh, you have to do something real quick.
Like, my head's over the side of the boat, and I'm just trying not to vomit.
Roll me a don't vomit check.
Hold on.
What is it?
Body defense.
Okay.
That reminds me, can I have one of my obstacles?
Yes, you can. What is body defense? That's 4 keep 2. Alright. That's an 8.
-4
-4. That's a 2.
is
3. 2. Wait.
4.
4. 5.
All right.
Send me back to kindergarten, kids.
Well, you do hit the base standard DC, so you do not vomit yet, but you feel like you want to.
Yet.
Thank you. Keyword yet.
Oh, very much so, keyword, yeah.
As you go, the guy will kind of call out to you. I'm bringing us across as quick as I can, or as quick as I can with your friend's help from the water here. Should be about 15 minutes or so. It's probably, it's honestly, like, with how far out it is, that's probably too short. It's probably like an hour, honestly.
Yeah.
And as you guys are going along, just everything is horrible for
Lucky.
Lucky. A guy, you're just keeping the water going, I assume. And eventually, as you get out to about here, everything just starts to get foggy and misty.
Oh, frick.
It starts to get thicker and thicker until you realize that you can't see very far at all. In fact, you can't even see all the way to the other side of the boat, Guy. From where you're standing, the very front of the boat, where the captain is steering, seems to be completely covered.
Wait, this
Or
is...
out of view. And he will call back to you, just hold on straight. Sailed this course many times, and there's nothing in the way here.
Cool. Wait. Fog is clouds, right?
Yes, it is essentially. I know you guys live in the mountains, so it doesn't get foggy very often. But, yes, clouds low to the ground, basically, is what is going on here.
Can I make a path in front of us?
You want to try and use your water magic to clear it out?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. I like it. Roll it.
I'll ignore that one. Okay, 6. Oh, never mind.
Wait, what?
You roll a 6.
No, I got a 6. So I move this,
Oh.
and I got a 6. Jesus.
Oh, so you're just like exploding like over and over.
6.
Yeah, he's exploding like crazy is what's going on here.
Ah.
Alright. So don't say it's gotta end at some point. That is a 27.
Let's
And
go.
you were saying ah? My
What?
guy.
What'd you say?
I said, let's go.
Oh, yes. As you attempt to do this, the fog pulls back away from the boat, so that you can once again, in fact, see the captain standing up there at the helm. It pulls back in quite a large area around the boat, out to maybe 30 feet out or so in every direction. But there seems to be too much for you to clear it all at once. You can make sure everyone can at least see on the boat.
I look back at Lucky, who probably really hates this. And I say, hey, you can see, right? And I look at the captain, and I say, you can see also, right?
He turns back to answer you, but when he opens his mouth to speak, instead, what you hear is a song. A beautiful, beautiful song.
No.
The captain closes his mouth again and looks off to the side of the ship, grinning widely. Could I please get everyone to make me a mind defense plus your willpower?
Yeah. What's going on? What's it? Mind. I don't freaking know anymore. Okay.
Oh no. Xavier, we're fucked.
Okay, so roll that bad boy. Alright,
Hold
12.
That was my roll. Sorry, I was rolling these same dice here.
Oh.
That's for the captain. He did pretty good though. Good.
Okay. 11.
What's plus your willpower?
Oh.
Oh. Your
Will.
willpower's 9.
9, and it's +2 as well, so.
So, how about?
So, I don't take no damage.
So it's 22 is what he got. Alright, time for me to fuck myself over.
Wait, I got one above stupidity. Jesus.
Yeah. Alright. That's
I
an
take no
8 plus...
Is this Lucky's roll?
Uh-huh. 8 plus a 9, so it's 17 minus
Oh,
4.
I can't hear you guys. I think I may need to disconnect and reconnect on Steam. On
Can you hear us now? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay. It was being weird there for a second. Yeah, I didn't hear anything after a guy's roll.
I blame Xavier.
I blame your mom.
It's a 13 for Lucky. That's including the -4.
That is unfortunately a fail.
I knew it. I son of a bitch. Okay.
This is the most beautiful thing that you have ever heard, Lucky. Even though you were collapsed on the deck here a minute ago, that'll actually come to your help because you have to spend the time struggling up to your feet and stumbling over to the side of the ship. Right now, all that you can think about is getting closer to the sound of that song, being able to hear it better.
Can I roll a knowing skill real quick?
Yes. In fact, I would very much like to take a +4 to this as I think you rolled one too many dice there, but
So 9.
take a +4 to it from as the captain on the deck starts singing along, just barely kind of to the tune of the song, and singing, the siren sings her song, the song she sings, and he seems to be dancing in a circle.
Do I get what's happening?
Yes, this is a creature that you have heard stories of, a siren. Their song seeps into the minds of people that hear it, and draws them in to the water where the siren drowns them. You can definitely see that Lucky is about to go over the side of this boat on his next turn. And with that, can I get you all to roll me initiative?
Fuck. Okay.
I don't have initiative.
Yeah, we all just roll 1d6.
If you don't have a skill for it, you just roll 1d6.
I rolled a 1. Xavier rolled a 5.
Woo!
And I need 1 for the Captain. He rolled a 2. And then we need the siren, who's definitely going first.
I am glad to be going last, because this gives other people time to save my ass.
Yes, the song continues with no discernible difference to you guys. And it is a guy's turn.
Alright, so I have 3 reactions, right? Or 2?
You have 2 actions or 3 things if it's all the same thing. Like if you make 3 attacks or 3 moves or something like that.
Okay. I'm a smack Lucky with some water. So
You're gonna splash some water on him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Roll it.
Actually, for that, you don't need to roll. Lucky, roll that save for me again. As the cold water splashes onto you and kind of jolts you into a different state.
10 plus 9 minus 4, 15.
And you snap out of it.
Yeah.
You look down realizing you were about to jump in the water, and that probably would be a horrible idea. Now you can hear the song, but it is currently not affecting.
Can I throw up?
If you would like to, yes.
I will just throw up. This is my body
reaction throw up.
Yeah.
But
do you want me to roll for
yes.
that?
No, I now want you to roll a knowledge check now that you can hear the song burning off the transcript.
Ah, bless.
Like, can't I just tell him what I got from this?
Yeah.
Okay.
He should still roll to see if he knows more than you, but you can definitely tell him what you heard. Or what you saw.
I tell him what I know.
Okay. He tells you that it is a siren, and that if you had jumped in the water, it probably would have tried to drown you.
14 on my knowledge check.
I got 9. Jeez, you know more than me.
You know slightly more. You know that people who have previously been broken from this enchantment are not necessarily in the Queen.
What does that mean?
I look at the captain.
That means that you guys are probably going to have to make that save again at some point.
Wait, I only made one thing.
Yeah, we're going to have to make the save again.
The captain is continuing to move forward as quickly as possible, basically attempting to leave this area. He seems to be doing so while spinning in circles and singing along nonsense words that kind of sort of match the tune.
Oh, he's trying to block it out.
Yep.
Oh, I thought he got bewitched.
Well, actually, I'm not going to lie. My first thing was I thought he was, like, doing some kind of, like, illusion. Like, he had worked some kind of, like, deal out with the sirens to bring people.
Well, you got it exactly right. He is shouting incredibly loudly so that he can't hear the song.
Yeah, but...
Wait, so how come that didn't help us?
Because we haven't started doing that.
Because you're not doing that, and you're not standing right next to him. Like, you're all the way at the other end of the boat, and I imagine Lucky is somewhere near the middle or so.
Alright, like, Moana. I'm gonna just, burst myself forward to the, front of the boat with water.
You're going in the water?
No!
Oh.
He's running up by the guy who's screaming. And as you get closer to him, you realize that he is, in fact, singing at just the right tone and frequency to drown out the song in this area.
Can I sing it with him?
Unfortunately, to begin singing along is an action, and you have just used your second one to move.
Okay.
Which will bring us to the captain's turn. He uses one of his actions to continue to steer the boat. Why have you stacked all these dice? I need them.
A habit, honestly. Like,
he continues to push the boat forward at a brisk pace and uses his other action to continue singing loudly. And that will bring us to Lucky.
So right now, Lucky is in hell. Like, his head's throbbing, you know. He apparently just got told he was about to die and then saw fucking a guy just sprint out. Well, he has now violently vomited, but might do it again. I'm going to spend my entire turn pretty much just discharging into the water.
Okay, go for it.
What does that mean?
I'm shooting electricity into the water.
But then you're...
I will give you two options here. You can either do exactly that and discharge all of your lightning into the water, or you can spend one of your actions to make a senses check to locate the source of the singing and then fire after that with slightly different results.
Wait.
Well, I have an idea that I don't know if it works. And so my goal is to get all of one secondary type out. Because I still have, I have both fire and lightning in, and, if it will lessen it a bit, but it probably won't. I know you're not going to tell me.
I will, in fact, tell you, since you gained a second element, your motion sickness doesn't seem to have gotten any worse.
Oh, I thought you said it had.
No.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, then never mind. I will most definitely make a census check to try and find the bitch.
Alright. So, roll me a census to hone in on the location here.
I will roll a sharp eye.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If is the siren is the siren an ocean animal?
It is a magical creature, but yes, it is a aquatic creature. Think of them like nasty mermaids.
So they can breathe underwater and land?
Yes.
Ah, shoot.
In fact, they can.
I rolled a 14 for my census check.
I guess it would help if I actually rolled a hide for her. Huh?
I mean, you don't have to.
You definitely beat her result, though. You can tell there is definitely some magical nonsense going on here with the origin of the music, but you can see just barely in the water, against the mist, a slightly darker shade.
Okay, so instead of actually firing at the siren, well, fuck. I just can see, I don't know.
I have an idea.
I say we should just try to get the fuck out of here. I was going to start dancing and trying to match the captain to try and get the fuck out.
Well, what my idea was to make a hole of water so that it starts falling down because it can swim.
No, just suck her down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I know it might give you more time to get away, but
Yeah.
it's not your turn yet.
And then Daniel, you shock them.
We gotta figure out what Lucky does first. Your turn will be coming up after the sirens, so she might not even be in the same spot.
No. Just because of what he said, the siren would probably be moving by this point.
Yes.
And we still don't, we only vaguely know where she is.
Yes.
So I'm just going to I'm going to start joining the captain and Xavier and dancing and trying to get the fuck out.
Okay. Well, the singing is the important part. The captain seems to be dancing because he likes it.
Oh. Well, can I projectile vomit at the right frequency to drown out?
Sorry, say that again. You were cutting out a little bit.
Can I projectile vomit at the right frequency just to try and drown out everything?
Probably not the greatest idea.
I
don't think you have a skill for projectile vomiting.
I don't think I have a singing skill either. What's your point?
The singing doesn't have to be good. It just has to be loud.
Okay, then I'll start singing.
All right. Yes. Which will bring us to the siren's turn. I would roll her thing, but nobody can hear it at the moment. So she will try a different tactic. The shape that you can see seems to move a little bit closer. And she just kind of beckons to you. Lusciously. As you can see, or as far as you can see, It's still far away in the mist, but she seems to be quite a beautiful woman, who, now that you can see her, in fact has her mouth open and is singing. I don't think 8's going to do much to you versus your willpower mind defenses, though.
So I have a natural born defense with Lucky. Lucky's very much gay.
I still need to roll, or you to roll your defense for a reason, but that is good to know. In fact, you can tell that she is attractive, but you are not affected by some of the more interesting parts of this.
Hold on.
Okay, if we're
Just what is your willpower? I assume it's better than 8, right?
It's 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, looking at her, not only would you not have been attracted in the first place, you can also see through the illusion. Underneath the illusion she is currently projecting, she seems to look quite scaly and with large, sharp teeth and long claws.
Could you just tell us this?
Well, we have to find it out.
I have an idea.
Now she has moved into range. You can roll your mind defense to see if you can see through the illusion as well.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, sorry. What's your mind defense?
I don't know.
4.
It's a
something.
6 keep. Something. 6 keep.
6 keep 2 plus 2.
Woohoo. It doesn't explode.
Yeah. I don't think any of our defenses explode.
None of you guys took those options, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you only get to keep 2, even though you got all these 6s. But
12
still.
plus 2, so it's a 14.
Yes, you do also, in fact, see through the illusion. You can see that she is trying to make herself look very beautiful and to lure you to jump into the water. But underneath it, you've had enough experience with sharp teeth.
God. The PTSD kicks in of the ghost. Alright, so it's
Alright.
It is a guy's turn.
Okay. So, my idea. So, can she launch herself out of the water?
As far as you know, none of the stories that you've heard ever talk about them leaving the water. They always try and get people to jump in.
Okay. So,
Clearly they can breathe outside the water because she's currently sticking like her head out.
okay, so my idea is to make a dip down in a circle surrounding the boat. And then a little like fountain that goes up to keep us up. And it like moves with us.
Yes.
I want to try that.
Okay. Good.
Alright. It explodes.
oh, well, what is it?
It's a 6 keep something.
6 keep 2.
Explode. Yes! 2
You're getting really lucky with the explodes tonight.
I know.
He's really lucky with all of his dice rolls, Nick. Shall we bring up last episode where he literally survived based on his dice rolls?
Okay.
I mean, this is true. I didn't make those enemies super hard, though. I could have been more.
I'm saying you should have. He should have died. It was a 21.
I mean, I stuck with the stats I gave the enemies, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But I could have made them tougher. Like, actually, now, having known what I know, like, they probably should have been tougher to be an actual full challenge for you guys, you know?
I still think, well, at least for Xavier, probably not.
I mean, that's the thing is, it wasn't intended to be a fight that Xavier fought alone.
Yeah, or that he would have gotten shot through by a fucking harpoon.
I mean, they were going to shoot somebody with the harpoon.
He
They were probably going to shoot... I mean, that's what I'm saying. Until he volunteered, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, they were going to shoot the guildmaster.
I wouldn't have liked that. I like steel.
You look
I love the implication.
Smile.
I looked at Xavier, but he didn't even get it. Like,
You light up the room with your smile.
But yes, with your what you got here, 21.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You do manage to create kind of from what I understand, you're trying to create like a donut shape like drop so that she can't like get too close to the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Alright, that works.
Alright.
That works. You manage to create this kind of this weird depression in the water with the ship like sailing along in the middle of it
And then I
and
join in.
not sinking.
And now I join in the singing.
Yep, probably a good move. Alright, I mean, she is just going to kind of sit and watch you guys go. But technically, it is Lucky's turn.
I would like to spend my first turn screaming at the top of my lungs. Actually, I devote my entire thing to screaming at the top of my lungs.
You scream so ridiculously loud that it drowns out even whatever a guy and the captain are currently doing.
I would like to use... Hold on, can I use the heavy metal version of my thing to try and give like the Tesla coil music?
For flavor, I will allow it, yes.
Alright.
Anime music. Anime music.
Alright.
You're not as lucky as me.
I still rolled like half your explodes.
Still. My tide.
That's a 20.
My raging tide isn't that
Yes. Saint Elmo's fire arcs off the top mast of the ship in between your hands as you play your Tesla coil music. Very, very loudly.
I can imagine just him like making an electric guitar, literally.
It's just like you just hear me scream like, "Let's go!" And then as the bass drops, like boom, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Or maybe like what's that thing with that it's like a lot of violins and stuff.
But the sucker in between this barrier and the very loud sound and the very obvious display of electricity magic, she's not a fan of. On her turn, we'll kind of simply sit and wait and watch you guys disappear as the ship continues to move forward.
Our party ship going to our party destination.
I'll join. Wait. And then with his beat, I'll just start like singing with his beat.
The captain just kind of looks around as you guys move forward eventually, and he just like mouths something at you that you can't hear at all.
What did you say? I'm sorry. We're rocking out this beat.
What did he say? Chocolate. They're selling chocolate.
He seems to be mouthing, "She's gone."
Oh.
And he just goes back to steering the ship.
Lucky stops. I just kind of stop. I'm like, oh, hey, all right. And then I promptly throw up on the side of the boat.
Oh, okay. That's literally our first moments to actually not insult each other. Yeah.
The captain will kind of look at you and say, "Do you mind using some of that water magic to clean off the side of my boat a little bit there?" He kind of gestures to where Lucky has kind of left a streak down the side of the boat.
I just kind of look and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
God dang it! Will you take off some pay if I do this?
I just kind of like shock Lucky. Or shock a guy. I shocked myself too with the option of it. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Hey!
I'm like, no, my fault. I just kind of like slump.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is your fault.
But
Take some
as you
water.
guys get closer and closer to the island, you can see it now in the distance. And it seems to be, as described, a very nice looking island. There's kind of like some pristine beaches and like a building up at the top where there seems to be like racks of just chairs and stuff like that.
I just realized.
A rather small dock. That doesn't seem big enough for very many boats at all. But as you're looking at the island and you turn back around, the captain is gone.
Hey, Lucky, have you seen him? Hey, ooh,
What do, peoples?
It's not like I can do much.
the throw up is a liquid. I mean, water, like, right?
I don't like where this is going.
No. We're gonna go with no.
All I was gonna do is pick up the throw up and throw it into the ocean.
Oh.
I mean, just grab like some water and like wash it off or whatever.
I'd rather pick it up. And
He wants to throw it at
into
me.
the ocean. No, I'm not that rude. For goodness sake.
I mean, kinda
it probably has a good bit of water in it, and any chunky bits are left. But it depends on what Lucky ate the night before.
Hey, what did you eat the other day?
Yesterday I ate nothing. I ate fire and electricity to save me.
And then you ate tons of booze. All right, so it is mostly liquid.
All right, I'll take it up and I'll throw it into the ocean.
Oh, but yes. The boat still seems to be moving full sail, full clip. There is currently no one steering it, and you are headed straight at the island.
Dude, I'm useless in this one. I can try and like fly off the boat, but unless you stop it, like I don't got much
Hey,
here.
stop. We need to look for the captain first.
We're on a straight course to the island. What do you mean?
It does look like you probably have not long, but maybe a minute or two before you collide with either the island or this dock.
Okay, well, I think Lucky's going to. I'm going to tell a guy, hey, I'm flying off the ship, and Lucky's going to attempt to fly off the ship. Keyword attempt.
All right. I mean, roll your stuff.
I'm going to try to blast him with a wave.
Why? I mean, I don't think you're going to do much. That's a pretty decent roll. Yeah, no, that's it's a 21.
So why are you trying to splash him?
Because he doesn't want me to leave the ship.
I mean, roll it if you really want to. I feel like there are more pressing things going on right now here, though. Yes, Lucky, you do manage to take off, flying towards the island. I assume. Yeah, I was just assuming those were your rolls, but. Alright, well, that first, all those explodes could have been better. But what is your reflexes, Lucky?
Hold on. 10?
You get soaked, but otherwise not harmed.
So I make it to the island?
Yes, you can make it to the island if you would like to. It will take you a couple of rounds to get there, but
One more time.
as you are moving slightly faster than the boat, but not that much faster. You know.
Why?
Because.
Okay, alright. He wants to hit me again.
What?
He said
We have to
because!
look for the captain.
The captain's obviously not on the boat!
I mean, it's a pretty small boat. You would be able to see him if he was here. I don't know where you want to look for the captain, but
At the bottom of the boat.
as you are flying away, Lucky, I will tell you, you do not see the captain in the water either.
Cool. I'm assuming he's on the island. He's someone we're gonna fight.
Yeah. That was my first reaction when there was music and a ring. I thought, like, he was the demon. But now my only reaction is that the demon is probably not him, and it's probably that siren.
I mean, sirens are just a creature that are known that are in the water. Most bigger ships either have thick enough walls that people inside can't hear the singing, or smaller ship sailors oftentimes will bring earphones. Or if they're bold like this captain, just sing through. You know?
So, I guess...
The common thing with sirens basically is as long as they don't entice you to jump in the water and you just sail away, you're probably good. You know. But yes, I'm going to say with the stuff that has gone on here, one round has now passed in moving the boat towards the island. It looks like you've got another. Hold on, I actually have to check the thing here. You've got 7 rounds before the boat reaches the island, and Lucky, you've got 2 rounds before you reach. Like you are currently on the boat. I'm not going to make you guys reestablish initiative here, but just like each of you guys tell me what you do, and then I'll take this down, and then we'll see what happens.
Can I try to roll my spirit?
What are you trying to do?
Get defense up.
If you're trying to like brace for impact, well, 1, you have a little while still before it's going to hit, and 2, that would be your body defense. Well,
Yeah. Fine.
but I mean, you can if you would like to go ahead and start doing that now. It still looks like you've got less than 7 rounds before impact looks like it's coming.
Oh, okay. I just kind of look in the water and say,
I don't know if you're still looking for the captain, but if you look down, it doesn't seem like anybody has fallen off the boat, or it doesn't seem like he's in the water.
No, I'm just looking in the water.
Oh. Are you going to jump in the water?
I'm not going to jump in the water.
Daniel, you go stop playing guitar.
I am not going
It's hard to hear.
I am not
You're not going to jump.
No, I'm not.
What is your plan? Tell me what you're doing.
I'm just looking.
Alright, you're looking. Alright, okay. Lucky, what are you doing?
Fish.
Just continuing towards the island?
I'm still flying. I'm just heading to the island.
I thought of something. Fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to fish.
It's time to fish, huh? It is definitely not time to fish.
Let me fish.
This boat is moving very quickly, and while the island is still a little distance away, you probably do not want to be on it when it crashes full speed. Might I suggest, A, leave the boat, B, figure out a way to slow down the boat.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna pull currents backwards to slow it a little.
Do your thing, your water thing.
Thank you.
As the boat ticks closer,
Woo.
we have 6 remaining rounds.
Does your water explode?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ow. Wait.
And it's
no.
Keep 2,
plus this one, so it's gonna be that was a 5.
so that's 15. The boat does begin to slow down. You do not quite have it under control yet, but it is moving in more slowly now.
Okay.
You still feel like it would damage the boat pretty bad if it were to crash into the island, but you're making progress.
All right. Let's roll again. Roll number 2.
Alright. Next round, you're doing it again. Next round, Lucky is almost to the island.
I'm still just flying.
In fact, actually, you make it to the island this round. It's a 2 round, so. After you have spent your action flying, you reach the shores of the island and see the boat slowing, still heading towards the dock, but definitely still moving way too fast. The sails seem to be quite full of wind, and a guy is fighting back against it with his water magic.
I roll a knowledge check for those sails. Hold on.
You don't need to know that sails are what makes a boat move in the wind.
I'm seeing if it's some type of wind magic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, what if he's like a fucking wind spirit?
No. What if I were to
That's an 18.
Looking at the sails, there doesn't seem to be any kind of overt signs of magic. You kind of do the lick your finger and stick it up in the wind thing, and it does in fact seem that is just the direction the winds in general are pointing. You do notice, however, that the ropes on the ship still seem to be moving slightly and tightening themselves and adjusting themselves, the way they were when he was on the boat.
Okay, so he's definitely still on the boat.
The ropes are just a magic item. You would need to look closer to them.
Knowing skill. Roll it.
Your knowledge check? Okay, he's rolling his knowledge check.
Alright, roll, instead of your knowledge check for this one, if because of what you're checking, roll me your craft.
No, it's crafting. What's your crafting?
My crafting is
6 keeps. Yeah, 6 keeps.
63.
And it explodes?
And no.
No, it doesn't. He wanted it to, but that was one of the things that he had to get rid of because he spent too many points. He'll probably will get it to explode soon, though, I would guess.
9.
12.
Yeah. Looking over these ropes, I guess Lucky is just shouting at you at this point from the shore. They do, in fact, seem to be magic. Just on the looking over them, they're quite smart, really. You can tell they were designed to stretch slightly when the sails are being pulled in a certain direction by wind, and then adjust themselves accordingly. They are, in fact, making this boat go as fast as the wind will let it, but they're not creating the wind.
Okay. What if I were to pick up a bunch of water and put it next to the to where the wind is pushing the sail?
That's not how physics work.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you cover it with water and you're holding it there, the wind is just going to push on the water and move the boat exactly the same amount.
But even if I couldn't we just roll the wind and then roll me?
The thing is you're on the boat. So if something pushes your magic back, it pushes you back, which means it pushes the boat back. If you were standing on shore, you could maybe do something like that. But when you're on the boat, you can't block the wind from pushing.
Okay.
Because it's just going to push you instead, you know?
Alright. I'll make my way over to the island.
Yeah, you're on a crash course.
How do you do so? You transform into something? You're just going to hop in and swim? What's your plan?
I'm gonna wave it.
You're going to ride a wave with your water magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be cool.
You pull off one of Talavar's signature moves, landing on the top of the wave as you jump down and ride it over to the shore.
Alright.
Lucky you can see a guy doing this. You still got a little ways to go. The boat itself is moved closer now, so you don't have that far to go. Lucky, you doing anything else? This boat seems to be about to just smash into the dock.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my salves and get the fuck out of the way.
Okay. Looks like you guys have decided upon a non-intervention here, so just let me roll boat damage real quick.
Oh, I was gonna use. Oh, I didn't. Has it really been 6 turns?
You hopped out of the boat.
If you go to the island, you actually have 1 turn before it crashes to do whatever you would like to try and do. I just assumed that since you went back to the island, you were going to stand there and watch, but...
No.
What's your last thing to do here?
I'm
Are you going to try and block the wind now that you're not on the boat?
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
not just try and sail a boat with the water? I feel like what you did the first time worked pretty well.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
it
that.
did slow it down some, yeah.
Alright, I'll do that.
Alright, roll that. And then I'm going to grab even more dice over here so I can roll boat damage. And then I'll subtract stuff.
Place?
I feel like I rolled too many dice. I did roll too many dice. I'll throw that one up.
Is there a...
We got 15.
15. Let's see what we've got here. The boat actually slows down almost completely. It does still clunk into the dock, breaking a couple of boards and damaging the front bow of the ship a little bit by denting it in. But it seems like most of the damage has been prevented.
Nice.
I kinda go, and I just let down my magic.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but I feel like you do better work with this water magic than you do with your much more powerful shape-shifting.
Well, yeah, because I'm in an island. It's surrounded by all bodies of water.
Not only does this island seem to be surrounded by water, in fact, now that the imminent danger of the boat is over and you can stop and look around, there seems to be a stream of some kind flowing down from the it's not exactly a mountain, but it is a very hilly island going up to almost a sort of peak near the middle. With the beachy part being around the outsides. But there seems to be a freshwater stream of some sort flowing down from the higher parts of the mountain. You guys would a guy would be aware as an avid fisherman that this is the type of place that salmon would love.
I'm gonna go over to the stream, and I guess you know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, you have a lot to do here. How long are you going to sit here and try and fish? Also, as an avid fisherman, you would be aware that this is not the right time of the year for salmon. There are probably some kinds of fish.
Oh, well, they're... Okay. I'm gonna just sit here for 5 hours.
I mean, if you want to do a brief bit of fishing, it is about time for lunch.
I will do a
But-
brief bit of fishing, and
Alright.
then I will cook my fish so I can give it to Daniel on the stick.
Roll your thing.
What's your thing?
1d6.
It's a d6 minus 2 to see how many fish it catches. It's not actually a skill. It's just what I've decided for fishing, you know?
4.
You got 4.
Great.
Boom.
Alright, yeah. So you fairly quickly catch 4 fairly medium-sized fish. They're some kind of freshwater bass. Probably tasty when cooked, and you feel like this would probably be enough for a decent lunch for the two of you.
Could I use my knowing skill to find out what fish it is?
You just
Yeah, I say it's some kind of bass-like fish. If you would like, I mean, to know something specific about the fish, I can tell you, but I didn't think up the whole backstory for the fish.
Is it home here?
What do you mean?
Like, what is it like a like?
It seems to be one of the varieties of fish that likes brackish water, meaning salt and fresh water mixed together. And by that, you would know that there'd probably be a lot around the part where the stream goes into the ocean, which is conveniently where you're at right now.
Okay, I'll figure.
So basically, this is the perfect place for this kind of fish, basically.
Fish for more, I guess.
Okay, well, he does that.
Yes, lucky you've got. If you're going to go for another round, each round of fishing is 10 minutes. So you've got 20 minutes to do whatever you're doing while a guy fishes for more fish.
You got 2 minutes.
That's it. We'll say, 2. All right, you have increased your bounty from a fairly decent lunch to a pretty big lunch for both of you guys here.
So we both get 3.
Yeah. While he's fishing, I am looking around, trying to see, like, kind of on high alert, trying to see if there's anything dangerous or, like, imminent, and to see if we can see where the captain is.
There don't seem to be any signs of the captain. Like, looking around, you don't see any footprints or anything in the sand, other than your guys' own. Where would you like to look around? So there seems to be this beachy area with kind of like a resort house up at the where, like, just short of where the sand stops. And then from there, it seems to kind of behind that start climbing up in these hills and kind of a more forested area. And then a little bit further down the beach is the stream where a guy is fishing. That around it seems to be much less heavily forested. Like the river banks going upwards seem to be a little bit more clear.
I'm actually going to check the ship. I'm going to, like, examine the ship as thoroughly as I can.
All right. Looking over it, you see what Guy saw before, that the ropes themselves are magical. There seems to be a below-deck storage area that is just barely high enough to, like, crouch down in. Where there doesn't seem to be any sign of the captain either. There are several crates stacked in here of some sort of supplies.
Okay.
Other than that, the ship itself is only about maybe a 20-foot like sailing ship. You know, there doesn't seem to be too much here, aside from his magical ropes and 2 crates of supplies that have yet to be opened.
Does he have any, like, lanterns and stuff? And can I check the supplies?
As you crack the supplies open, there does, in fact, in one of the boxes, seem to be a lantern and some oil. Or rather, for a ship this size, I would say you would have 2 lanterns and a large container of oil, kind of stuffed at the top with cotton to keep the inside of the box dry. As well as several other sets of clothes and things like that in the captain's size. which is a little bit in the slightly wider but slightly shorter direction of Lucky.
Alright, well, I'm going to take the 2 lanterns out, light them on fire, eat the fire, then relight them with my own magic, and, like, set them up on both ends of the ship.
Alright. Are you making an effort to make this a lasting, like a supernaturally long-lasting flame, or just repoofing?
Yeah.
Alright, and roll me your magic.
And then at some point after this, I think we might need to take a break so I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah. That's fine. What else was that? Oh, the other crate seems to contain salted fish and hardtack loaves, as well as some small cubes that you would recognize as being something similar to like bouillon cubes, but designed to dissolve even without heat.
Oh, nice. I rolled a 26.
In the box with the lanterns and the oil, there is also a small cooking stove, a small oil-powered cooking stove, designed to sit on top of one of the lanterns in place of the normal glass cup.
I see.
I don't know if you want to take that as well, but yes, these flames will last for a while with them powered by your magic. You're quite sure.
Alright.
I need it.
And then, I apologize, but I do need to go to the bathroom. You,
Go ahead.
If you want to go and, I don't know, do whatever. But
I'll see if a guy has anything. A guy. Lucky has wandered off to go check the ship. What are you going to do? You going to cook your fish?
I'm gonna cook my fish.
Alright. Roll me the thing for that. I don't remember what we even used for that before.
Use the one. No.
Did I make you just roll a 1, keep 1? I thought I let you use one of your skills, but...
You used the crafting, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead and use crafting.
Okay, and that is 6 keep 2, 6 keep 3. Roll.
Yes, I remember. I had you roll crafting, not really as like a cooking, but just to make sure that you could get your furnace low enough to not immediately scorch them. You know?
Okay, so this was a 1, and this was a 5.
Okay. Everything got weird. But, 1 and a 5, you say?
No, that one was a 6.
That
one was a 5.
Alright.
Boo.
Alright, so yeah, that's pretty good. You managed to appropriately clean the fish and fillet them and get your forge down low enough to not burn them. And right about this time, when you're done cooking your fish in this very complicated process using your forge, Lucky walks back out of the ship holding what looks to be some sort of portable cooking grill.
He isn't back yet, so.
I know. I think it's funny. I'll tell him it when he gets back. I just think it's funny that, like, right as you get done using your forge for this, he walks out with, like, an actual cooking stove.
I slap him. I will. Once he gets back, I'm gonna slap him with a fish.
Well, they're very hot now and cooked. I mean, you have, like, a fish skeleton.
Well, I'll hit them with a fish skeleton.
So rude.
And then
you guys are so rude to each other. Why don't you be like a nice anime?
I'll take. Can I take my hammer and then hit a tree?
I mean, you can, yeah, but why?
So I can make a dining table.
Wait, what?
So I can make a dining table.
I mean, you're probably going to want way more tools than just a hammer for this. I assume you have basic tools because you do this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm sorry. I keep having to tell you that. You need more time than that to make to make stuff like that. Like, it's gonna take a while. Like, definitely Lucky will be back and just like waiting for a while by then.
Yes, I'll make him. We need
I'm telling you, you just need to remember the Guildmaster's magic, so you can just make things out of metal.
Wait, I have the demon thing, right?
Yes, you do currently remember the demon thing. Here, I will actually
Wait, I have an
retweet
idea.
here for you.
Wait, I have an idea. I will put the fishes, the burnt fishies, in the water so they can cool off.
What?
I will put the fishies in the water to cool off.
I mean, they're not going to be very tasty if you soak them with water after you cook them, but...
Okay, well, how long do I have to wait before it's, like, not hot?
I mean, it's like freshly cooked food. I was saying you probably shouldn't smack Lucky in the face with, like, a steaming fish. I mean, I guess you can't, but...
Okay.
I said, why are you always trying to pick fights?
Okay, so here, I won't. So, ice is water, right?
Ice is water, and in fact, you've even used ice before. Remember, you threw, like, icicles at the balloon during the attack.
Yes, I did. What if I were to make a table out of ice?
You can theoretically do that, yeah.
Let's do that.
Alright, roll your magic for me.
Alright, so it's a 6, keep 2, so 6, and it explodes, so 6,
Yep.
keep 2, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Take these 2 more. You're always just so lucky.
Alright.
Alright, looks like you got 4, that's a better one than the 3, yeah. 12. You managed to create a table out of ice. It's not exactly warm here. It's like maybe 70 degrees or so. But as long, or I assume you probably want some chairs too, even though sitting on an ice chair might be kind of cold. But do you make chairs, or you just make like one of those low, like Japanese style tables where you sit on the ground and the table's in front of you?
No, I'm just gonna make an ice chair. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, Lucky, when you come back from having looted the ship, a guy seems to have constructed a table and 2 chairs made out of ice, and is setting some quite large piles of steaming fish on plates on it.
I ain't even mad. Alright. I thought I heard you say, why are you trying to pick a fight? And so I was expecting, like...
He did ask if when you got back he could hit you with a fish, which is why I was like, why are you always trying to pick a fight? But
I see.
I don't know if he's still going to do that or not. But what you see is him setting up some freshly cooked fish, which he seems to have just cooked in his forge. I told him, like, you just get finished doing the very complicated process of getting your forge low enough temperature to actually cook things without burning it. And you turn around and see Lucky walking back up from the ship with a cookie grill under one arm.
And then I'm gonna call these masterpieces forged fish.
Forged fish.
Yes, they are now called forged fish, and they are my invention.
I mean, they're not bad, but they are, like, pretty much unseasoned fish fillets just because you don't have any actual cooking supplies or anything.
No, but people still like them, like children.
I mean, you've got a giant bag that can hold pretty much anything. Next time you're around, you should buy, like, a pot of, like, space, stuff like that.
Alright.
If you're going to be the party's cook from here on out, you should buy some cooking supplies, you know?
Yeah.
I
but can gladly and easily sit down and have lunch. But the much more interesting part is, what do you do next?
I will put a chair. I will remove a chair from the table. Like I will push it backwards for him to sit.
I thought we already ate.
No.
Isn't that what you just said, Nick?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, if you have something specific you want to do, go ahead. But I was just kind of skipping past it so you guys can get to the mission.
Well, I was gonna. I'm pulling out the chair and gesturing for Lucky to sit.
Lucky, do you take the obvious bait?
No. As a matter of fact, I pick up the steaming fish, I inhale them with ungodly rates of anime bullshit. And
Yes.
then I turn around and say, let's look for this shit.
You pick up the plate and Goku it in about 2 seconds.
Yep.
I'll smack him with one of my fishes.
I'm walking
There
away.
it is.
I'm walking away.
And I'll eat it.
roll your melee attack versus body defense. Actually, you probably don't even need to, but
Just roll
actually,
two,
his melee attack is pretty decent now. Actually,
let's roll 2d6s. I rolled a 6, you rolled a 1.
his melee attack, since he leveled up, is actually now a 4-3. So this is maybe relevant as to whether you get smacked with a fish. I'm not going to have the fish actually do any damage, but if he beats you, you get smacked with the fish.
Does it explode?
No.
4 keep 3?
Yeah. So
That's a 9.
That's an 11.
Okay,
A 9.
that's not great yet.
That's an 11.
5 plus 3 plus 1.
Why are we taking the 1? Why can't we just plus the 3 too?
I thought that was 2 1s
Five.
because I'm dumb.
5 plus a 3 plus a 3 is slightly better.
That is that is an 11.
Yes.
I thought
Okay.
he has 2 1s plus my body defense.
Plus your body defense plus reflexes.
Okay, yeah, no, then I'm going to beat him no matter what.
Yes, you dodge the fish. As a guy tries to smack you with the fish.
All right. I'll grab a twig from the floor under a tree, and I'll put the I'll put the fishes on the sticks.
I was about to say, if he smacks me again, I'm blasting him. I will.
Okay. A guy seems to have put his 3 fish fillets on a stick. I guess for easy eating on the go while you guys look around. Is that the plan here?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. You can easily, with your tools, just kind of pick up some sticks and put a point on one end.
The dice pile.
Hey, I like this dice pile, actually. I like this better than the stack. It's easier to grab things off of.
Our next attack should be the god to roll the dice. The god dice to roll.
Dude, the god dice is only for important stuff. Well, but yes, what is your guys' plan as far as looking around?
Well, Lucky's plan, I think he's going to just fly up and just check around the island.
I'll go to the middle of the island.
I forgot you could do that. as you fly up in the air and look around, there are too many trees to see what it is. On the other side of the island, you can see what looks like a small trail. You can explore a campfire.
You roboted so bad during that. Could you please repeat that?
I will say right here, looking around as you fly up, looking around on the beach, you don't really see anything particularly out of the ordinary. But as you clear up over the building and everything on the far side of the island, on the forested kind of portion, you see a small trail of smoke, like you would expect from a campfire or a chimney or something like that.
Could I look in the sky and look for anything? I mean,
As you look up into the sky, there doesn't seem to be particularly anything noticeably there. Though you do now notice the sky seems to be a slightly different color. Like it's almost like a darker blue on this island than you've seen other places.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the Trail of Smoke and try and sneaky look at it.
Okay, then.
From the sky.
Being sneaky with your method of flight is a little bit difficult because you're essentially riding on lightning bolts.
Yeah, I know. I said try.
Keep it alive.
Do you have any skill related to stealth?
Do I? That's a good question.
Ooh, that would be.
Uh,
Wait, if I were to get by the stream of fishes and launch myself up into the air with the water and become the water torch,
What?
or the human ice cube, that's what it is.
you could ride on water and have it lift you up as long as you're over water. You can't really you can't make water the way the Human Torch makes fire. So you have to be like over the water or near the water to do that. You could.
A bird.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, you have mimic magic. Why don't you just turn into a bird?
I'll turn into an owl.
So he has forgotten his original magic because he's a water bender.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, I'm only using water because we're by an island.
Yeah, I'll say you could basically use water to fly as long as you are over water or near it. But if you fly over the forest part, you're gonna want to be a bird or something.
If I turned into a owl, can I still use my water magic?
No, you cannot use your normal magic when you're in. You have to be yourself to use your normal.
Okay, well I'll turn into an owl.
Alright, I don't know if it changes your thing, but it is daytime right now. It is, for your guys' reference, maybe about 2 in the afternoon, now that you guys have completed the boat trip.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still turn into an owl.
Okay, that's fine. And there are some owls that are active during the day, just not most of them. But, yes. Are you going to follow Lucky, or are you going to look somewhere else?
I'm going to look. I'm going to follow Lucky.
Alright. As you guys get closer through the trees, you can kind of see the outlines of some buildings and tents and things like that.
Interesting.
I'll turn back to normal and start falling to the ground.
Interesting.
Is there any water below me?
This seems to be fairly far away from the river itself. There doesn't seem to be much water down below where this is.
Could I take some water from the ocean and float me down?
You guys are, at this point, if you're going to go, it depends on how far you're going away from the village. I mean, you're a bird. You can just fly down and then turn back, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to say, you are currently bird.
I think you missed the part where he said, I'm just going to turn around, I'm just going to turn back and fall. Like
I did miss that part. But...
Which is why I said interesting the second time.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna do it because you said it, but because your body is pretty good, you're probably fine. What's your fortitude?
No. I'm not gonna.
What's your fortitude?
8.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
You said it?
But then I changed my mind, so I'm not gonna.
I'm mostly just messing with you. You would have been fine. we use anime logic as far as falling goes here. But yes. How far away from the village are you guys like observing?
I was
is the important question, or like how far away are you landing, guys? Specific, you know.
I'm landing in the village.
All right, you're just gonna land in the middle of the village as a bird and then turn into a person.
No.
What?
I'm gonna stay an owl.
He's gonna stay out.
Alright, you land down in the village, like on the roof of one of the buildings or whatever, and it seems like just normal people going on about doing whatever they're doing.
I'll go and I'll land on somebody's shoulder.
The man whose shoulder you land on seems very surprised. And he kind of goes, oh, it's just an owl. And then he just kind of looks around surprised. He's like, is anyone seeing this? You think it might be Rabbit? He kind of leans like his head away from you.
I'll turn my head at him. And I'll hoot.
And you hear something interesting, quite possibly, that may interest you. You hear the captain's voice from somewhere around the corner shout out to the man. What do you mean, a bloody owl? It's the middle of the goddamn day.
I'll just fly to where I hear the voice.
I've landed outside the city and I'm walking in, hopefully semi-normal.
All right. As you walk up closer, I'll say this is about the same time that a guy hears the voice, and you kind of muffled hear it in the distance as well. You can't hear what he says though. As you walk into the town, several of the people seem quite surprised to see you. And one of the women kind of stammers out, "We don't get much trouble on this side of the island."
I'm sorry. I just kind of like look at her like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Turn and leave?
She kind of says, "Oh no, well, I wouldn't be so rude. Sorry, I was just surprised." We haven't many amenities, but you'd like to sit by the fire for a few. She kind of gestures to where they have a fairly large communal bonfire. Where several people seem to be doing just what you guys did a little while ago and cooking their lunch.
I said, sounds good by me. I just go sit down the fire.
Meanwhile, an owl is flying through the village.
A guy, you flap around the corner as the owl, and you do in fact see the captain, dressed exactly as he was. He seems to be currently throwing some stuff in a backpack.
On his shoulder.
And he goes, "Oh, yeah. I see Melvin wasn't as crazy as he said." Well,
I'll hoot.
I always kind of wanted a parrot. I guess an owl will do just fine. And he kind of scratches you under the chin.
Can I mark the captain here?
Mark?
I mean, in what way?
On the map. Can I just mark him on the island?
I haven't actually got a map for it here, for this island.
Oh, you mean like how Diane's marked on the map?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you want to, sure, we can grab a token for him. I'll grab one here.
Because
I gotta figure out what the right thing for him is.
I'll only visit him as an owl.
Oh my god.
You're only gonna visit him as an owl. Gotcha.
Does that mean you're gonna be an owl the rest of the time?
No. When I'm not an owl.
I mean, I'm imagining he's just gonna fly back out here later and visit the captain and never tell him that this owl is just a guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been planning to do. All right, so I'll and then
You're a crazy person, but sure.
I'll hoot and I'll fly.
We'll use this guy. This can be our captain.
He looks like Goku.
What?
I mean, I don't know why you say that. But.
From the way I saw it, he looked like Goku.
It looks like he has dirt balls.
His name is Black Belt.
I just grabbed a token for him.
I'll say hoot. Like, I'll literally hoot. Hoo. Hoo.
But, alright. So, and he will kind of pull out a piece of relatively hard biscuit and offer it to you in owl form.
I'll eat it.
Lucky will do.
Haha.
Can I see this?
No, you did hear what sounded kind of like the captain's voice, but he seems to be in one of the buildings, kind of towards the backside of the village.
Okay, I'll just kind of like ask around, like, so what is this place? And kind of like explain what happened, like what's going on.
The same woman that talked to you will say, well, we're the natives of this island. I can assure you there's no demons here, never have been. It's always been a myth. It pops up every few years or so.
I was just kind of like, well, okay.
Wait.
Roll me your knowledge check. Sharp eye.
Can I roll my knowledge check?
No, you're not seeing anything that is helpful for it, really.
No, I'm just like.
I am. Oh, never mind. That actually
Can I
is a bit
just
better.
compare the two things? Like
13.
demons equal magic, and this suit equals teleportation.
I mean,
Demons?
What was your total?
13. You can just turn into him and see what his magic is.
You can't quite put your finger on what is the reason for it, the cause for it, but
Alright.
she seems kind of nervous when she's telling.
I will remember him.
Alright. Who are you forgetting?
The demon.
The demon?
Alright.
No.
The Malboro? Oh, okay.
Malboro.
I was like, what?
Malboro or demon?
Malboro.
Okay.
Wait, you have a demon? What?
Yeah.
You guys fought a demon in the battle. Well, I mean, it's not a real demon. Lucky knew it wasn't a real demon, but it is a demon-like creature.
I had that marked down as a fire spirit.
Yes. That is probably more accurate to what it actually is.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually meant to relabel this for Lucky, or for a guy earlier, and I forgot.
Okay. I'll fly into one of my trees, so it makes it obvious that all I'm doing is just resting in one of the trees.
Okay.
But I'll go into the tree so that so he can't find me, and then I'll fly through the trees far away, but just as enough as I can see the village. And then
You're gonna fly out into the woods.
yes, and then I'm gonna turn into the captain.
Roll me a thing.
Roll me thing.
I will roll thing.
64. Explode.
Don't mind me as I'm just throwing. Woo! Why are you saying bruh? That's still a 17.
Alright, well. He said that magic.
17.
He said that magic people equal a 15 to actually turn into.
It depends on their power in magic. And in this case, as you transform, you do not feel magic coming to you. You don't feel the addition of any kind of magic. What you do notice is all of a sudden in the shadows of these trees, you can see perfectly fine, perfectly normal. And when you look down at your own hands, they're not hands, they're not normal hands. They seem to be purple, with kind of long fingernails, not quite claws, but something like.
So we were right.
So we were right. He was a demon.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll turn back to. I'll use my common sense to see. Wait, long sharp claws. Wait, what color was the fire spirit?
Fire spirit's not a demon.
Still,
Well, I guess you would.
The fire spirit. Yeah, say it's. He called it a demon, but yeah, Lucky would have told you that was not actually a demon. Demons are typically the type of thing that if you leave them alone, they're going to destroy an entire town. At the very least.
He has my type of magic. So who did he spot?
While this is going on, can I talk to any of the other oracles?
Yes, you can, but before you write that down, guy, if you try to use his magic to, for example, turn into the form you saw him in, or into yourself, or anything like that, that does not seem to be the case. He does not seem to have the same kind of magic as you.
Does he have like an illusion magic?
A guy was unfortunately unable to roll high enough to access his magic.
Alright, let me roll again.
You turn back to yourself and back to the guy. Alright, at this point, Lucky, you do have a little bit of time to go around and do some stuff. Go ahead and roll that if you like, but we'll come back to it in just a second.
Why do I keep on getting terrible rolls?
That's actually your worst roll. I don't know what that is.
That was a 4.
A 5, a 5, and a 4, so it's a 14.
Yes. Unfortunately, once again, you find yourself with no magic in the strange purple skin, and not quite claws, but like long fingernails.
Alright, I'm gonna try.
You don't have a mirror. Do you have a mirror or anything reflective?
Yes, in my back. In my bag.
When you pull it out and look at yourself, you notice that any spots where sunlight seems to be coming through the trees and landing on you, you look normal. Otherwise, you appear to be a purple-skinned person with one large horn coming out of the top of your head.
Sunlight magic.
No. What?
Sunlight, solar illusion.
Would you say a horn?
Yes.
So they're imps?
You could say that this looks somewhat imp-like, though he's still just as tall as the captain was when you saw him.
Oh, well.
Well, if or this could be like
popcorn.
some solar illusion magic. And if that's
I just think that's
I will tell you here, this has nothing to do with his magic. This is just, like, it's not something you can turn on or off or anything like that. This just happens. When you are in the darkness of this forest under the trees, this is what you look like.
So we should wait for nighttime. Gotcha.
But then he'll go on a rampage. Wait, that's it. You should ask one of the people, has there anybody been missing here?
I'm just gonna go.
I mean, you lucky you got plenty of time if you would like to talk to some of the other locals or whatever. There only seems this village only seems to have enough space and housing for maybe 20 or 30 people, depending on how big the families are.
I'm just
And so there currently seem to be two guys kind of chatting back and forth while roasting some fish in the fire. As well as a couple other people just kind of bustling around and doing, standard village tasks.
I'm gonna turn back to normal.
There's what appears to be maybe a 14-year-old boy or so who seems to have the job of making sure the fire stays fed, and he seems to be bringing in branches and logs every once in a while.
Is there anyone that kind of catches my eye?
That would depend on what, if anything, you're looking for.
Like anything that seems out of the ordinary, like catching someone, for lack of a better term, like slipping. You know.
Roll me a sharp eye. You're metagaming on me a little bit because you don't know what's happening yet, but
yeah,
I will see if you catch anything.
Yeah. I'm
gonna turn back to normal.
That's man, what's that? 14.
14. Yes. You catch out of the corner of your eye what almost for a second looks like a person with a tail. When you turn your head, it's not there. It's just a woman carrying a basket of fruit on her head.
I just kind of like go about my day, and as I'll actually at this point leave to go find a guy.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, a guy said he turned back to normal. Are you wandering into the village as your normal self?
Yeah.
All right, then lucky you very easily see a guy. He is walking into the village. And the people are kind of looking back and forth. Like, at first, they seem surprised that there's not only a visitor, but two visitors in one day. And then they notice that you guys both have the same guild mark. And the woman will say, one of your friends?
And you're like, I know him.
She looks a little bit worried for a second.
We're not going to start a fight. I mean, he might try and slap me with the fish, but other than that, there's nothing else.
She's kind of slowly nods and she says, I see. I think I'll head back to my garden. And she kind of scurries off. I
just kind of be like, bow. I'm like, thank you.
I'm gonna walk up to Lucky, and I'm gonna pat him on the back, and I'm doing a gesture somewhere away from the island. I mean, away from the island, village.
You're making like the we need to talk gesture.
Yeah. I just don't get it at all. I'm like, where were you? Like, what did you do? Like, what?
I can explain, but right now, I need you to come in the forest for something, really quick. Just something I need to talk to you about the captain. Come on.
What? Why? What?
Come on.
All right. Just kind of I'm like thrown back. I'm like, fine. I just follow him out of the village.
I'll go somewhere where if somebody were to look, they wouldn't find us.
As you guys go away from the village, the guy whispering to Lucky, one of the guys who's standing there cooking fish, you can hear says to the other, just kind of briefly in the distance as you're walking away, is wait, did you say they were guild wizards? Are they here for that job?
I just kind of turn back and I go, yeah, but don't think we're finding anything. And I just continue walking away.
He nods and he says, just like the last few.
Okay, if we're far enough for somebody
Right. You guys can wander out far enough that nobody will overhear you unless they're following you or something.
Okay.
She doesn't look like anybody.
I look around to see if anybody's looking.
If you would like to perform a thorough search, roll me a sense skill.
I don't have one.
I don't believe, yeah, Lucky does.
I do.
Roll me a d6 for a guy.
1d6. I'm sad and depressed sometimes.
You rolled a 4.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You'll probably get more than me, but...
Don't say that. Okay? No, it's a 10.
Uh-oh.
A 10 and a 4.
So 14.
We add it up like that. You do, in fact, spot Lucky, a guy, you don't see her, but Lucky does spot the woman who was previously carrying the fruits, kind of trying to be hidden, but not doing a great job at it.
I just kind of look and I go, "Can I help you?"
She stands very straight and upright, kind of coming out from behind the bush that she was half crashed behind. She's, I'm sorry. It's just, we don't have good experience with wizards around here. I wanted to make sure you weren't going to cause any trouble.
Oh, no, we don't cause...
I kind of just put my hand over a guy's mouth. I don't cause trouble. I will make sure he doesn't blow anything up.
I won't blow anything up. We don't cause environmental damage, and I kind of nudge him.
A guy, with your 4, after Lucky has noticed this and she has stood up, you do in fact notice one thing. The reason she was so easy to see while she was trying to hide is that she is currently making sure to stand in the sun.
I'm gonna go up to her. Is there any water sources by? Like, are they?
Not nearby, unfortunately. There was a well in the village, but you guys have walked a little bit away from it.
I thought you were asking her.
I'll ask her, hey, can you strip all the sunlight for me?
And she seems very, very nervous. It's obvious to both of you guys. She can tell that you're in on her secret, but she doesn't want to admit it yet. She says, why would I want to do that? It's so warm and nice on my skin.
Shut up and do it.
I'm just like, look at Lucky. I'm like, what the heck? I just kind of like look at her and I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know why.
I'll cover his mouth. Do it!
She looks kind of scared, but she does, as you say. She steps sideways into the shadow of the tree. And as she does so, you see her change to a red-skinned creature with relatively sharp teeth.
I did it!
Though otherwise still relatively pleasant, nice features. She still looks like a woman, mostly, but red skin. She seems to have a tail with a little triangle point on it.
And I just look and I go, cool! Why were you so mean?
Because she was a demon.
Is she being mean to us?
She has sharp
Lucky,
teeth.
you were also fully aware this is definitely not a demon.
Yeah, I know, which is why I'm being so like... I'm like, she is not, like, what are you doing? Why are you being so mean?
And she will say exactly that, as you say she's a demon. She will say, we are not demons.
I kind of back her up and I was like, she is not a demon.
I look at her suspiciously and I'd say, are you sure about that?
I look at a guy and I'm like, I am sure about that.
Okay, I trust you. Now, I want you to tell me, I'd walk up to her and I want you to really quick tell me, is there anybody like you back in the village?
And she just kind of blinks and says, obviously, you know, if you caught me out so easily, all of us are, of course.
Oh!
And again, I'm just like looking at him like he's just like, stop being so mean.
No, no wonder you put your village out in the sunlight. Okay. Thank you. That's all we needed to do.
I'm like
Thank you for your help.
profusely apologizing to this lady. Like,
Thank you for your help, and I bow.
She will say to Lucky, specifically, she will say, I don't know about your guildmate there, but you seem like a reasonable sort. Can you come back and talk to the mayor?
yeah, sure. I just turn to a guy and go back to the ship. And like,
She would, for a village like this, she would say the chief.
Okay.
But still.
I hand him.
I just follow Lucky. I'm not listening to him at all.
I'm like continuing to bribe him. I'm like, okay. 500's not enough. If I hand you 600 gil, would you go back to the ship?
I just be just following him.
Can I knock him out?
I mean, you can try. You guys are both pretty tough by this point. You could try.
Your face isn't as strong as mine. If I could just learn how to fight fire, then I could bend your fire away and possibly even eat it.
You know, I have more than one element, and I was going to use slack, but that did not work.
Okay, well.
Lucky tries to thwap you upside the head, much as you tried to hit him with a fish, but you see it coming. You step it out of the way.
Whoa!
I go, will you at least behave and not, act?
I just keep on walking, and like pointing a thumb up.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all.
Alright,
I just turned to her. I turned to the lady and I go, will you show us the chief if he's with me? Because I don't think he's leaving.
She just kind of nods, and she will say, I do not suggest you be as rude to him as you were to me. Not if you want to get paid for any of your business out here.
Wait, was he the one who signed this up?
I just kind of like put my heads in my hands and I'm like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
She in fact just kind of nods. She says, yes, it is in fact his posting.
Then why did he do it?
I just kind of like just keep nodding and just keep going. I have my own theory about this. I don't know if I'm right, but oh no, I can't yet. I want to make sure.
I mean, anyone who is watching is fully aware that I'm 100% just ripping an arc from the series right now. But.
Yeah. Okay, then I am right. I'm not going to tell you though.
I just be continuing walking to the village.
It's slightly different from the anime arc. Again, we are 200 years in the past, but this is the same people that you're thinking of. Yes.
All right, then yeah, no, cool.
But yes, going back to the village, you will see she kind of, at this point, it seems like she's just doing it habitually. She consistently walks around patches of shadow, disguising it as just kind of off steps or, in some cases, a frivolous twirling or whatever. But now that you guys are aware, it seems like she has just been ingrained to avoid the shadows whenever possible.
Nice.
Cool.
And coming back to the village, she will lead you up to one of the bigger houses and knock on the door. And a a man will answer the door. He seems to be quite large and quite hairy, like a dwarf if a dwarf was 5.5 feet tall instead of 4.5.
Oh, okay. Big dude.
Quite wide-shouldered, barrel-chested. He seems to have some chest hair poking out of the top of his shirt, large beard, and everything. And he kind of looks you over, and he will say, more guild wizards here for my requests. Please sit down.
Okay.
I sit.
down.
All right.
I kind of. Okay, whatever. I'll let the chief talk first.
And he will say, for many years now, there's been a demon infection. It's cursed us. Cursed the entire village. Sadness and horrible prospects. He seems to be being vague about this, like not knowing whether you guys know the secret or not.
We know the secret. I'd kind of.
He will put his hands down on the table and will dramatically say, I need you to blow up the moon.
Lucky just goes, bet.
Alright. Lucky.
The 100% like Lucky's cool ass shit meter is through the roof right now. Like,
Ooh, I can throw my. No, I'm not gonna do that.
like,
I'll turn it to my ultimate so I can do this.
like I have peaked my meter. I'm about to like pray to my God for assistance, and this is about to be like Lucky just gets way too excited.
He will fill you in with some more details here. He'll say, every night we can see the spirits, demons, something coming down from the moon. We need you to blow it up.
I'd look at him and I'd say,
Lucky's like vibrating with excitement. Like literally, like like the Super Saiyan 2 like electricity thing going around.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, but it's like with electricity and fire, and I'm just vibrating. Like
I'd kind of get up from my chair and I'd walk outside and I'd turn into my ultimate.
It is not nighttime right now. You can't see the moon, just so you know.
yeah.
But
You're going to have to wait till tonight if you guys actually want to try and blow up the moon. But
okay, I'll sleep till nighttime. Wait, no.
what are you going to say to this guy for now?
I'll say, okay, I can definitely do that.
I just look at him.
He breaks out into the biggest, widest smile you have ever seen. And he says, really? The last people told me I was completely insane. They told me it was impossible.
I just kind of like look at Xavier and I go, it's not plausible, but it's possible.
What's plausible?
Not likely, but it could happen.
What we could do is we could make it go faster around the Earth so it collides with it.
That sounds like a horrible idea, and also, how the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, I want to know.
Or an enchanter. Or we could just blast it with like a ton of power, like any other asteroid.
I couldn't reach the blimp. What makes you think I can reach the fucking moon?
I mean, you can shoot into one
You did. I will clarify for you. You did reach the blimp. You just didn't have enough power left by the end of it.
I mean,
to do any real damage.
You're right.
Shoot into one of my orbs, and then I can blast it.
I'm saying like bound by Lucky's character flaw and trait. Like, he is going to have to try. So the dumb shit I mean, we have to try it.
Okay. So are you guys going to just wait around until nighttime then?
No, I need to do something.
I am. I'm gonna sit talking with the chief, just like about everything, and like kind of reveal that we know.
I'm gonna say, hey, do you mind if I could take a little space somewhere in this village, maybe?
Oh, for the forge. Oh.
I mean, there isn't really any much empty space in this village. It seems like they've cleared all of the trees in the area to allow light in during the day. But they mostly seem to have like stopped at the edge of where everyone has built their house.
Okay, I'll take my forge and I'll put it on the streets.
I mean, if you just mean a big enough place to set up your portable tools, you can do that. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
And then I'll put.
Yeah, there is enough space for that. There just isn't enough space for like you to have a building here, which is what I thought you meant.
Okay, so I will set up a little thing jig here, and then.
In fact, after everyone seems to be done cooking their lunch, the large fire is put out and kind of snuffed into the ground, leaving the center of the town basically just like kind of an open square.
Okay, I place my forge down in my anvil.
What are you trying to do? You've got, before it gets dark at this point, maybe about 6 hours or so.
Okay, what was the request?
To blow up the moon.
Oh no, the request you got for your shop was the guy wanted 2 daggers that are exactly matched to each other, the same shape, size, balance, everything, and a set of chainmail. You could probably try to make one of the daggers right now if you wanted to. The chainmail would take way longer than this, though.
Okay, can I try to make both daggers?
If you roll exceptionally well, maybe, but you're probably not going to get both done in this time.
I'll try to.
Before it starts to get dark, at least.
It's a 6 key. No. Would it be mind or body?
It's your.
It's 63. It is mind.
+2.
Mind for crafting.
So +2.
No, it is. You get a plus keep 1 because of your hammer. You don't get a +2.
I don't explode.
But that's only to your mind defense. You don't explode.
I heard that from 2 different people.
10.
Yeah. Sorry.
6.
13.
No.
13.
It's.
Yes, you managed to not quite finish, but you forge the basis of a dagger, and you start to get the handle fitted on it and everything. It's still going to need some polishing and some sharpening, but you're mostly done with one dagger.
All right, let's work on the sharpening and polishing.
That's all the time you have right now. And I mean, technically you can stay here for as long as you want. But as it begins to get dark, as you're outside, you notice something before Lucky does. The moon begins to rise and become visible. And as it reaches maybe the quarter point across the sky, it begins to glow a bright purple color. And you see what they described, a stream of some kind of purple magic or something, streaming down to the peak of the mountain in the center of this island.
Wait.
Can you
how far?
grab Haba?
What?
Do you think you could, like, astral project the Haba?
Actually, why don't we just blow up the moon?
You guys currently don't know where Haba is.
Why?
He left on a job right before the guild hall was attacked.
I hope to.
Why? What about? What if?
I'm going to Google that question you just asked me, Xavier.
Why can't we blow up the moon?
Yeah.
That one?
Yep.
I mean, people have done the math for how much kinetic force it requires to reach and then blow up the moon. Just look up like
If you can do
Piccolo,
3
Saiyan
trillion
Saga,
megatons,
DBZ power scaling, and people will give you the numbers.
if you can do 3 trillion megatons,
But I'm shooting
Of-
plasma.
3 trillion megatons of TNT. Let's see, so it's hold on.
Or a nuke.
How?
I will say your ranged attack is a laser, which will greatly help it in covering the distance. But you're still going to need to do enough damage if you're going to try and blow up the moon, and that's going to be a hard.
I think I have an idea. Alright, so
3 kilovolts. Or 300 kilovolts.
300 kilovolts.
It's not even
So-
close to 3 trillion megatons.
Essentially, like the power required to run every electronic appliance in a relatively large city.
but I'm shooting plasma.
I don't think he's getting it.
Yours is not plasma; it is a laser. But that helps with distance.
Laser?
That does not help with having the power to blow up something as big as the moon.
Okay.
It requires.
Like it is big. It is really, really big.
6 billion. Okay, so do you know what the Tsar Bomba is? It's a hydrogen bomb that's, what is it, like almost 500 times bigger explosion than the...
Yeah, that's probably the better example for him, because I know, at least in school, they must have talked to you about World War II. At least a little bit.
It would require 6 billion of those.
Oh,
6
jeez!
billion Tsar Bombas, which are 500 times deadlier and more explosive than the
Let's say
atomic bomb.
30 million of the bombs that we dropped on Japan during World War II is basically the power that you would need to blow up the moon.
Do you see the problem with us saying, oh yeah, let's blow up the moon?
If I turn into an angel demonic thing, I don't need to breathe air.
We haven't really talked about that, but I will say, and like I said, we still need to talk to at some point where you learned this for. In fact, let's do that right now. Where did you learn?
I made it from my imagination.
Okay, so this is an entirely creation of yours, not a copy of some powerful creature that you saw at some point.
No.
Okay. In that case, I will say, yes, you could theoretically fly up and not need air, or fly underwater and not need air or whatever. I will say your form only lasts 1 minute, and with the speed that you can go, your form cannot fly.
Takes 27
As
days
it
to get
is.
to the moon.
You can blast me.
I do not think, no matter how fast I throw you or blast you, you can travel 200,000-ish miles in a minute, and then travel back.
I'm gonna go up to the chief and I'm
Let's just put that one in reference to you there. Like, that is 100 times. Driving back and forth. Wait, what did you say it is? I don't even remember how far away the moon is.
27 days.
The orbital period is 27 days, but it's 238,900 miles to the moon.
Europea.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like driving back and forth between your guys' house and down here in Florida 150 times.
So if I throw you at the speed of light, which is c, you could theoretically get there in under 1 second. Now, however,
Mhm.
that's physically that's pretty much impossible unless I roll consecutive explodes.
Lucky.
Times.
Do you have points left over that you didn't spend?
I think I do actually. Some that are in my skills. I moved like 3 points over into my skills that I haven't used yet.
Dang it, Bobby.
If you would like to spend 3 points right now to add it to your magic, essentially as a new magic type under the cost that we decided, you can transmute yourself into light.
I thought I was already able to do that. I've done that like
No,
a couple different times now. And
we've talked about you using lightning to move and everything. I specifically told you before that if you want to be able to become lightning, that's a separate upgrade, like say the same way learning a new element would, you know. But don't add that as a new skill. I don't even know how you want to annotate it. Like if you just want to put like a tab in here and start notating your special stuff, like can eat fire and lightning.
Can turn himself into lightning.
Yeah, and just start notating like your special advancements below your magic here.
Once I finish with those things, then your power will rise more, and you'll.
He's still obsessed with these bracelets. Also, it's 8:41. So if we want to like get to the peak and then take a stopping point, or if you have a stopping point right now.
Yeah, I mean, it really, I'm relatively close here. Come on. Motherfuckers didn't show up until later. We can go a little bit later.
I know, but I'm saying, like, the kid does have school tomorrow, and I want to get him home somewhat near 9.
This is fairly true. I do have a relatively near in the future stopping point plan. It kind of, where it falls kind of depends on what you guys choose to do from here, though.
I figure we should go to the peak where the purple beam's shooting.
I think we should just blow up the moon.
I seriously think you're overestimating our abilities here.
No, if you can turn...
If you would like to try, no one is telling you you can't try. In fact, you are actually seeing this before Lucky does, because you are outside. So do what a guy would do. Okay. And let's move on.
A guy runs to Lucky, and I say, and says, "Hey, Lucky, do you mind if you can turn into lightning and blast me to the moon?"
Lucky just kind of looks at him and goes, "What?"
What?
Like, I am so confused by that request. Like... You're going to explain the request? I don't know.
Well, it's nighttime right now, which means you can blast, which means the moon is out.
Okay.
I will explain the details of what's happening right now.
Okay.
But I need you to blast me to the moon first.
So you're telling me, and what I'm hearing, is I have free reign to hit you as hard as I can in efforts to knock you to the moon.
You're supposed to launch him, not hit him.
What I'm hearing is that I can hit you with everything that I got in order to get you to the moon.
Launch. L-A-U-N-C-H.
How do you want me to get you to the moon? Like, what do you...
You can turn it to lightning, correct?
I haven't tried it before.
Well, I mean, well, it's worth a shot. I want you to blast me up into the sky because lightning strikes the same thing. Lightning strikes the same way it does down as it does up. which means
I
theoretically you can blast me
have
higher.
problems with this logic.
You guys don't have real life physics knowledge. Lightning is instant.
I have so much problem with it. I have problems with the grammar too. I just said.
So
are you guys going to perform a team attack against the moon? Is this going to happen?
I want to at least go outside first.
No, just launch me to the moon!
I'm going to launch you through the room I am in.
Yes!
No, don't do that. Lucky you go outside and you see what I previously described. The moon seems to be rising higher in the sky, and it seems to be glowing with a purple tinted glow. And there seems to be some kind of stream coming from it to the top of the mountain.
All right.
At the center of the island.
I am flying to the top of the mountain to see where this is hitting.
No, I jumped
as you get relatively close, there seem to be several robed figures on the top peak of the mountain in a circle that are chanting and seem to be performing strange hand motions. As you get close enough with your crackling lightning being fairly easy to see, there is a bolt of ice, an icicle that flies at you, attempting to strike you out of the sky for 17 points of damage. It comes from the hand of one of the rogue figures.
Wait, before he launches, can I jump up and grab his foot?
No.
Oh shoot! Can I bet? Is it okay? Can I bend it? Is it?
He is currently flying, so if you want to follow him, you're going to have to turn into a bird or something.
Or can I just like make my own sweat into what I'm gonna bend, like Katara?
For a very small amount of water, yes, but not enough to fly. Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna ask somebody, hey, do you have any water?
I think that's actually...
I mean, there is a well in this town that you could theoretically raise yourself up on the water of, but you wouldn't really be able to move very far away from the town.
Alright.
I dodged, so it's a 14 plus my reflexes.
Launch!
24.
Wait,
there is an icicle coming
you are able to dodge this shard of ice that flies towards you from the hands of one of the hooded figures.
Could I bend it?
You're not close enough.
If you want to follow Lucky, I'm sorry, but your only option is to turn into a bird or something because he flew away. If you want to be here, you are a bird right now, or you can land on the ground and be yourself. But you can't really see what's going on here because Lucky is flying above and has just been attacked. Unless you are a bird.
Actually, I'll stay here and protect this city just in case another icicle comes to the city.
I mean, it's fairly decently far away, but yes. You do see in the distance, you see the flash of magic as Lucky dashes to the side to avoid whatever this is, but you can't really tell what's going on.
Well, he's about to.
What have you got?
I'm about to blast the fuck out of this place.
I see.
That's my attempt. If they shoot lightning at me, this is in self-defense. I'm not actually aiming for them, but I am aiming for, the area somewhat around them.
So, if I were to...
Oh, but I completely whiff it. This is not even, an easy whiff. This is an 8 that I just rolled.
Okay.
An 8?
Yeah. It's probably because I'm flying right now.
As you fire a shot towards the individual who previously fired you, He seems to just take a step to the side as if unconcerned and gestures downward, raising himself on a pillar of ice. If this is going to continue like this, I need you guys to roll me initiative.
I think this might be a good stopping point before we get into a fight.
Honestly,
I mean, it very well might be, but honestly, you guys have a tendency to handle fights pretty quickly.
yeah.
We still got some time here,
Right. And let's go through this, but I will stop it if it gets to like 9-10 because I don't want his parents to be like,
yes.
It's like 9-10, so we got 20 minutes for this fight.
As the bolts of magic rain down, the vast majority of the crowd scatters, running off and into various carved tunnels on the side of the mountain.
Can I turn into a
Leaving just the individual who is currently fighting with you atop the peak.
Alright, well, I rolled a 6 for my initiative.
Reroll, he also did.
Fucker.
The second one's only a 2, though.
I rolled a 1.
Nope. Alright, so bad guy, then lucky. What is a guy got, even though you're not here right now? It'll be important if you start coming this way.
Yeah.
3.
So, yes,
All
I'm
right.
first.
So it is bad guy, lucky, a guy.
You got one.
I got 1 after my 6.
Yeah, that was on the reroll to break the tie between the two people that got a 6.
Well, I'm going to turn into a falcon and I'm going to join them.
Alright, well, I mean, that will be a thing to do on your turn. This guy spreads his hands out wide, and rather than the one icicle that previously flew at you, he conjures about 10 of them, sending them launching in a pattern, hoping to catch you as you try to dodge. That is going to be 18 coming at you versus your body defense and reflex.
Okay, so that's a 10 plus my 10. That's a 20.
Yes, once again, you are able to get out of the way. And this individual, as he does this, the ice seems to not conjure in the air around him, but rip its way out of his own skin, tearing his robe that he is wearing apart as it does so. He is revealed as quite an old man, white-haired with kind of a wispy beard.
It's the Avatar! Or an evil Avatar.
Okay. Is me
I
landing?
mean, it's really not accurate to his powers, but if you've seen Legend of Korra, you can kind of think like an older with like a beard and mustache version of Korra's uncle for this.
Oh, just
Like
how aggressive he is?
I haven't seen Korra's uncle, but I have seen Legend.
He's kind of tall and composed. He seems to stand upright and with like a very formal posture. He's kind of got the elegant, like groomed white beard and mustache that you see on like old Chinese characters in movies.
Okay. No, reverse card.
No, you.
A guy, from your perspective, what you see at this point is just more magic flashing out in the distance near the peak of the city. Blue and presumably, as it comes to Lucky's turn, the yellow of electricity.
Mine's black, thank you.
Oh, this is true. It is black. I forget about this.
I was like, all my shit's black.
Yeah, you're a god slayer, not a dragon slayer. I forget.
Yeah. Emo as fuck.
It's Margaret.
I'm Margaret?
Margaret.
Margaret?
Margaret.
Oh, the town?
Who the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Margaret, the town, is down here. It is, you don't need to worry about that right now.
Yeah, I was like,
You don't know nothing about it.
But is landing going to, can I put, like, in my dodge of me landing, or do I need to take an action for that?
If you would like to, I mean, your dodge just kind of happened whenever somebody attacks you. If you would like to land, you don't need to make an action for that. Like, that is just stop flying.
Cool, then I'm spending my entire turn attacking.
Alright. You will be doing so from down the slope if you're just going to land right where you are. But
Oh, I thought
you
I
can
was...
definitely see him.
Okay.
He attacked you basically as soon as you got in visual distance flying.
Gotcha. Well, alright, so that first one does jack shit. That's an 8.
Yes. His defenses scatter it.
However, my next roll explodes twice.
Next one, I'm going to have to actually grab some dice for him for, yes.
It explodes twice.
Okay, so that's a...
We should have like a explode V2.
Explode V2? What does that mean?
Version
That one's a
8.
21. And then my final one...
Version
Hold on. Before you roll another one, you math. Okay. Gotcha.
8 plus 21 plus...
As you fire your second volley at him, he pulls up a wall of ice in front of him to defend. But your blast shatters through and catches him a little bit as he staggers back.
8 plus 21 plus 15. Let me do the math because I'm mentally not awake. 44.
Oh, shit. Alright. Yeah.
It's not as much as the 107 we got.
That was a combined thing with a bunch of people. His defense is also better against that one, though. He seems to, anticipating your third blast, raise a shield that is slightly angled, conducting the electricity through the frozen water, slightly away from him, though he does still seem to get a good zap.
Alright.
A guy, it is your turn, and by this point you can see the obvious signs of Lucky's magic spiraling through the air, and also some unknown whitish blue energy that seems to be fighting.
Okay, so would it be all one move if I turn into a bird and then fly over there, or would that be 2 actions?
And that is, unfortunately, both of your actions. You have to transform and then move. Though if you turn into a falcon, like you previously said, you can get pretty much the entire way there in one move because of how fast you can fly.
Okay.
Though you get close enough to see what's going on. You see Lucky fighting this guy, but unfortunately, you have no more actions to do anything.
But you said if I was putting every move into like
Yeah, but you had to morph, which is why that's what cancels that out.
moves.
Yeah, it's if you're using the same ability or skill, you get 3. But that would be if you like ran 3 times, or unfortunately for your magic doesn't really help you. Like if you transform 3 times in a row, or like once you're transformed, if you use the same attack 3 times in a row or something. That's what that is. Like if you use the same exact thing for your whole turn, you get to do it 3 times instead.
Okay. Then I'll just
But yes, you turn into a falcon and zip over there at the very quick flying speed of such a bird. And you can see Lucky kind of dodging ice shards and icicles as they fly towards him. And this guy also just kind of mostly dodging Lucky's lightning blast in return, though he seems to be just a little bit singed. His hair's standing straight up.
So Falcon. I am the Parisian Falcon.
Sorry, I looked up the fastest bird in the world, and that was it. But that's why he said that. I was just confused.
Yes, I am aware. They are very. The peregrine falcon is very, very quick. Their biggest thing is dive speed, though. When they are flying high and they dive straight down, that's when they can reach like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, 186 miles per hour, but only when stooping or diving.
Yeah, they are very, very fast, even when they're not doing that. But this dude is going to proceed to spend his entire turn attacking.
Me?
Oof. No, not you, Lucky.
Oh, come on.
Why are you saying...
So
can it be him? Come
so
on.
I can melt the ice.
It could be, but
literally
it's
just
not.
said, "Oh, come
that was
on."
a few before I said it down.
So I can.
Roll your defenses. You've currently got a 26 coming at you.
Fuck you.
See, it could have been me.
Yeah, again, he offered.
And then I would have melted the ice.
That's 11 plus your thing.
Yeah, plus 10.
Could I use a spirit defense on this one to help out Dan here?
To help out Dan, no. I would allow you to use a spirit defense if you get attacked for this particular attack for reasons that you guys don't know yet. But
that's an interesting comment.
Spirit water. From
your defenses can only protect you unless you take a reaction ability to defend someone else. Like reaction defense is for defending someone else.
Like Shield of Abel. Shield of Abel's the good one.
Yeah, Shield of Abel was that. All right, so did you get the total for that one there?
Yeah, I have a 21, so I took 5 damage.
Yep, and he's gonna launch at you again.
Oh God.
For a good bit of damage.
Nick, this is where I politely say "fuck you."
21 coming at you. Roll again.
Where I politely say. Politely is the key word. Fuck you.
If I were to change my
that was an E, not an R.
I know. I noticed. Hold on.
If I were to change my
Jesus.
You keep stacking them up, and it makes rolling weird.
Hey, Nick.
What?
Could I just change my reaction?
That's again a 21.
I mean, we will talk about that later. I mean, now is not the time for that.
Okay.
But I mean, right now your reaction ability is to like transform into a small creature or something, or like transform quickly to like dodge some shit or to go quickly somewhere or something. Which actually, by the way, I probably should have given you an action. I really don't want to go back at this point. You got your shit?
Yeah, I rolled another 21.
Alright. That one you take nothing. And then you've got a final numbers and stuff. Final 19.
I get another 21.
All right. So the first ice shard kind of catches you, slicing down your arm a little bit, but you after that seem to have gotten a better feel for his time and are getting out of the way.
So we kind of just traded blows there.
Yes. He got one hit, you got one hit, basically,
So like Goku and Majin Vegeta's scene with like they both punch each other in the face.
This guy seems to be quite powerful. It wasn't quite that. Like, he got zapped, and then afterwards, he just, like, conjured up 10 ice shards and flung them at Lucky, and one of them caught him a little bit, but he managed to avoid most.
Alright.
It is now Lucky's turn.
I am going to switch up my attacks. I'm going to spend the entire time attacking, but this time I'm going to be doing a mixture of fire and lightning.
Alright, you're going to throw both elements.
Yep.
Wait, I just had an idea.
Hell yeah.
I just had an idea.
I'm
Fire?
already rolling.
Is water's weakness.
Really? Why do you think I switched to fire, Xavier?
I don't know. I'm dumb, sorry.
I roll explode one more time. Put up.
This is becoming quite a thing.
Yeah, we're all so lucky.
Hold on.
I mean, he's called Lucky, and he's lucky.
My rolls are not lucky.
Hey, your name is Lucky, and you are the least lucky person in this part.
Yeah, my trope was supposed to be, and it fits to my character trait of why he's named Lucky, because he was named Lucky because he's not. That was the character trait of him. By the way, I rolled a 24 for my first one.
I thought he was
That's
lucky because of his lightning, because it's very rare for somebody to be hit by a...
I was lucky because I was unlucky enough to get a demon, to fight a demon, but, survived one.
Well, I'm so lucky that
Lucky's name is Lucky because he fought an actual demon and survived. That's why he knows that these aren't demons.
Yeah, an 18.
Alright, yep. Give me your third one.
Well, I fought three people with one body, and I still survived that. That's how lucky my hand is.
This isn't a whose cock is bigger contest, Xavier. Jesus.
What?
You're too young to make that reference. I'm
Oh.
sorry, but
Why? Why would you use that joke on me?
it's not a joke. It's 52 is what's coming at you.
What was the last one total? I've been doing it step by step.
I don't remember.
Uh,
Do you want me to re-roll it?
Yeah, re-roll that last one, please. I was doing it attack by attack.
Oh, my bad.
Doing the math.
Okay. Hey, I hate your friends.
Okay.
They hate me too. I'm through. It's a hot and so and turn it up and throw attention. Tantrum.
Xavier, what are you singing?
I have a hot girl bubble.
Hey, you're singing. I don't know what else is going.
Another 18.
Okay.
Okay.
Your attacks seem to have pretty solid effectiveness. Basically, every time he is able to block most of it, but not all.
Gotcha.
Every time he blocks an attack, he seems to take a minor jolt. His concentration just stutters for a moment. Some of his ice seems to shatter or crumble.
Alright.
Alright, is it my turn?
Yes.
It is a guy's turn, yes. And now you are here. You are currently a bird, a peregrine falcon. And you can see Lucky having just come down and landed among some of the trees and firing up this mountaintop towards the sky.
Are there any shards coming at me?
Not at the moment, no.
are there any shards coming at Lucky that I could pick up?
Not at the moment, no. If you wanted to wait to hold your action, so to speak, you could try to intercept an attack that was coming. But
I'll try that. So
alright, you need to be a person first.
for my action for one.
Where are you coming down and land?
I'll land by the mountain.
I mean, by the mountain is a very vague description. Lucky is maybe about 40 feet away from this guy, but the top peak of this mountain seems to be like a plateau that rises up and then is flat on the top.
Well then, why can't? Okay, then I'll just land at the tip of the mountain.
Wait, what?
He lands at the top of the mountain, is what he said.
Alright. You land on the top of the mountain and turn back into a person. And this guy just kind of looks at you like, wait, what?
You're not the only person who has interesting magic. And I just go into a cool anime stance.
I missed that. What does he do?
He said, you're not the only person with cool. And
I heard his monologue, but then it broke up when he said, I turn into...
He said he goes to a cool anime stance.
Oh, okay. Alright, you still have one action. What do you do?
Does he have any ice around?
Isn't it piercing through his skin?
He seems to have, there seems to be quite a bit of ice all around. Remnants of the wall that he blasted through are laying all about. And he does also, as Daniel said, seem to have ice. Kind of just as part of his body.
Okay.
His forearms and his chest and his face all seem to be slightly covered or ingrown with ice crystals. Will do.
I'll take the ice shards that are around me. And I'll make them rise.
Wait, what?
He's going to try and manipulate the ice shards around him.
Alright, roll your water magic.
6 keep 2 explode.
Are you trying to hit him with it, I assume?
No, I'm just trying to make them rise.
He's just trying to make him rise. So you're like doing like an intimidation?
No, it's supposed to be like if he ever attacks me, I can like form them together as like a shield.
Well, you got an 8.
So
as you attempt to manipulate this water, your mind comes in direct contact with another, a will, forcing against you. And you take 5 mind damage. And you are not able to change this ice.
because of my not stupidity. Yeah, stupidity.
No, not because of that. It is because this guy has attacked your mind when you attempted to take control of his ice.
I was going to try and reference something that you would have not gotten.
What was it?
I was going to reference, like, in the agency when fucking Steps in the Morning would, or Breeze, whatever the fuck the guy's name was. Like,
Yes, I believe it was Steps in the Morning Light. I don't remember though.
hold on, I could pull it up. I actually kind of want to just remember. But when he went into my mind, to tell me that I had anomalous shit, and fucking Abel tried to absolutely murder him.
Yeah. And he was not there for that session, but this is a similar effect, yes.
Soft steps in the morning sun.
That's what it was. Soft steps in the morning sun. And you decided just to call it morning, which is what I put it down as in my notes.
Cool. Alright.
Also, I hate to be the Debbie Downer. It is 9:14, and I was supposed to have Xavier home at 8:30. So
Yeah, it is probably time to call it here. As much as I don't like to in the middle of a combat.
I know. I was trying to I was going for the throat every single time to end it, but yes, I am going to have to end it here. Everyone, Xavier, would you like to do your rock thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hello, everybody. We'll be back the next Wednesday for another episode. The Demonic Island Rescue Part 2.
da 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 da. All right.